Happy Friday. It's good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Moist Lowe's in the house. So CJ. Jet Streamer's here. Sabid, welcome aboard. Have I looked into beta 11.1? I have not. I watched some streams. I read the patch notes. I'm not going to install it until it gets a little further along. That's for sure. Pearly G, thank you very much for the 200 bits, my friend. I'm sure you will earn this tonight. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I hope so. I've been looking forward to streaming for a while. Yeah, we're back. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So I think the last time I saw you guys was 2 weeks ago, and that was as I was between trips. So I did two straight weeks of trade shows, and the first week was in Orlando, Florida, and I saw you guys then on that Friday, and then last week I was in San Francisco, and after we were done in San Francisco, my wife and I stuck around, and we went up to Sonoma before it started burning down, and spent a nice little weekend up in Sonoma, Napa area, and then hung out with some family and whatnot of hers in the Oakland area. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. So we got back on Sunday afternoon after catching like a 7:30 a.m. or some crazy flight out of San Francisco, and I caught a cold last week. I started feeling sick on like a week ago this past Monday. So like the day after I got to San Francisco, I started feeling real lousy, and it sort of progressed, and then it peaked on the day I was traveling. So I got to feel the pain and torment of flying back from basically flying, I should say, with like head congestion, sinus built, like all that really unpleasantness. And I'm just sitting there like plugging my ears and breathing in and out and coaxing myself like, just please, for the love of God, will my ears pop? Eventually I got my ears to pop, and it was a moderately comfortable, we'll call it 5.5 hour flight. And then on the way back down, it was the same battle all over again. So as the plane's coming down, it was like trying desperately to get my ears to do something. It was mostly my right ear that didn't want to go, and it really hurt. So the lesson learned there, number one, don't get sick. And if you are sick, try not to have to fly anywhere because it's a miserable experience. But we're here. It's good to see you guys. Papa Whiskey Mike's in the house. Quantity, good to see you. Just loaded X-Plane 11 Beta 2. Dropped today. Stock 172 G1000 works very nicely. Yes, I saw Alan playing with that the other day, Aerosum Gaming. So I'm going to probably check it out here in a couple of weeks. As with most Laminar betas, like the first like 3 to 5 betas, you kind of want to just let it simmer for a little bit and do its thing. Like there aren't enough groundbreaking changes in 11.1 that I'm just rushing out saying, oh my God, I have to have it right now. The G1000 would be nice to start playing with, but that's not going anywhere. We're going to see that pretty much in every damn GA plane that comes out now from here until eternity. So we're going to get plenty of G1000 time, that's for sure. Who else do we have in here? Alpha Bacon, welcome aboard. Rob Aviation, good to see you. Did I get Josh 5028's in the house? I think I got everybody there. I saw Josh J. Gibbs give me the host, man. Thanks for the host, Josh, if you're here. Okay, so let's start with this. I got Marcon BCA here for 6 months. Marcon BCA, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it. A bunch of people subbed up, too, before the stream, so if you're one of those people, let me know. Pearly G gave me the 200 bits. Pearly G, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it, man. Cheers. And Jacob Sactor's here for 9 months now. Jacob Sactor, thank you very much. He says, nice to see you back. Keep on going. 9 months and counting, man. I appreciate your continued support. Cheers. Long live the steam gauges indeed. I agree, Marcus. I'm all about the steam gauges. By the way, I'm drinking water tonight because I'm still not feeling well, and I'm kind of detoxing. Like, if you spend 2 weeks traveling on the road for business and you follow that up with 2 days in wine country and then hanging out with a bunch of people who like to drink, you're going to find yourself in a position where you just don't want to have any alcohol. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So we're going to be cheersing with the water tonight. Bubba Matuna, good to see you, man. Oh, man. How have you not been given the Flight Factor A320? I don't know, man. I haven't given it has not crossed my desk yet. Apache X2, good to see you. Bluesmaster 2000, welcome aboard. Brand new update to X-Plane. I'm not running it, no. I'm running the old stuff. Plenty of people running the new stuff. Errolson, thanks for the host. Anyway, this is the vFlyteAir Piper Twin Comanche. We looked at this plane when it came out many weeks ago, probably a couple of months ago at this point, and I really liked it. I think it even got the Aerosum Gaming seal of approval too, which is not something that you see all that often. So it's a good plane. It's a really good plane. And I wanted to do some GA stuff tonight because I missed my GA. And that's going to happen too. I missed my GA. I kind of want to just go low and slow, see some scenery. Of course, we got some clouds and whatnot to deal with, but it's not going to be for the whole flight. And yeah, go from there. So I got a flight plan set up for the Pacific Northwest. I don't know how much of this we're going to get through, but this is the plan. We're going to go from Spokane. Oh my God. Lumber hacks. I need lumber hacks here to tell me how to say Spokane, because I'm going to call it Spokane, and I think that's wrong. But we're going to go from this airport here, the one on the right, kind of the one in the middle, actually. We're going to make our way up to Omak, a random little airport that I picked in the middle of a valley. I don't think we have any, I probably don't have any scenery out here, but we're going to give this guy a shot and see how it looks. Then we're going to take off out of Omak, and we're going to head west, and then we're going to go down to Friday Harbor. Friday Harbor is very well known for being the starter airport for FSX, so we're going to land there and check it out. And then we're going to fly from Friday Harbor down to another untowered airport, all the way down here at Astoria. And then if we have time, we'll probably just do a quick VFR hop from Astoria all the way down to Portland, because that's a very short flight. So that's the plan tonight. See how much we get through. My plan is to do the whole thing if we can. I think it should be fun. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of chilling and talking. So I'm going to talk a lot once we're up in the air. We'll talk about the trip. We'll talk about life. We'll talk about my tweets about FSI, or P3D, I should say. And we'll go from there. So for now, I am Marcus. Good to see you, man. Marcus and MC, good to see you as well. Spokane is apparently how they say it. Music Man for sure. Hello, Dan. How you doing, buddy? Attack, welcome aboard. CJ, good to see you. Flight Vector A320, wonder if it floats. I don't know. I don't have a copy yet. I have not been gifted a copy of that marvelous, well, I'm assuming a marvelous plane, but I have heard good things through the grapevine. Cubas, welcome aboard. Was this the surprise? I didn't know there was a surprise. Is there a surprise? Matt, 1997 Air, good to see you. This is X-Plane 11. X-Plane 11. I know it looks a lot like P3D, right? No, it's actually X-Plane 11. P3. We're going to talk about P3 and all that stuff once we get up in the air. But it should be a fairly quick hop. So let's hop inside this thing. Oddbod, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Anybody else I miss? Astro Butch, happy Friday to you as well. Congrats on my PPL. Thank you. Your boy just smashed his ATPL theory. Oh, nice, dude. I don't think I'll be taking any ATP stuff for a second. I apologize. That's going to happen a lot, too. Oh, boy. That's going to happen a lot. It's working its way out of my system. Two-Tone Murphy's here for 6 months. Two-Tone Murphy, thank you very much for your continued support. He says, keep up the great work. I appreciate it, man. Cheers. I'm going to drink now. Oh, my gosh. God, it's terrible. I hate being sick. I'm such a bad person when I'm sick. Like, I'm not a good patient. WBS52, thank you very much for 9 months of support. Here's many more. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, dude. Cheers. I thought we got most of the 9 months out of the way last time, but I guess we still have a few left to go. Not the only one with a cold or cough. I've been suffering from one the entire week. Yeah, I've managed to give it to like 3 people now. One of my coworkers caught it from me. My wife has caught it from me, which she's very happy about that. Flying Madman 1200, good to see you. Disgruntled Sailor, happy Friday, man. Haven't seen you for a while either. Going CD3, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. You need extra beer tonight. Nah, dude, we're probably gonna drink like 3 of these things full of water. To give you some perspective here, there's my hand. There's the cup. It's a big cup of water. It's like 32 ounces of water. I'll probably drink at least 2 or 3 of those tonight. Anyway, vFlyteAir, Piper Cherokee. This is what it is. Let's go do some flying. So we're gonna get this stuff going here. Pre-flight, co-pilot door. I'll just leave the door shut. I don't really care. Put the tip tanks on though, of course, because they look cool. Look at those things. They look pretty sweet. We're going to leave those on. Wheel chocks are off. Good. On-screen notifications. We don't need that. Hide glass objects. No, we want the glass yeah, we'll leave the glass objects on. Nose gear steers. Yes. Custom engine starts. Sure, why not? Reset all checklists. Hide passengers in interior views. I get a sneaking suspicion vFlyteAir has put this feature in because every single time I come in here, I turn the passengers off because they freak me out. So we'll put some passengers in here. I'll show exactly what's going on. I wouldn't be at all surprised if I've had some influence there, but I'm definitely not 170. So we'll call ourselves 255 today. 257 is what we'll go with today. Put ourselves a nice passenger over here. We'll put a passenger in the back, and we'll put that passenger right there. So she's going to be on her cell phone. Actually, let's get gas and fuel in here. So whoop. Okay. Well, we don't actually. I think we need to have stuff in the mains, do we? Oh, we don't need to have the aux tanks filled. I don't think. I think we'll be just fine. Yeah, if we just use the tip tanks, yeah, it's 60 and 90 gallons of gas. Yeah, we don't need to use the auxiliary tanks. I think the tips and the aux will be fine. Actually, we could fill everything up. So that gives us plenty. We still got plenty of work with the CG there. So we're still within CG. That's what I'm looking at. Making sure we're still within CG. And wait, so we're good there. All right, great. Close that out. So the reason she freaks me out a little bit. So we got our 3 passengers in here. She's got that kind of like death stare, like I hate my life, or maybe it's like the sex robot scare. I'm not really sure. She's on her phone, and that guy is just like I don't even know what's going on with this guy. But we'll just click that right there, and and they all go away. But we can still see him. We can still see 2 of them from the outside view, but 2 of them don't actually show up. All right, that's enough fun with that. Checklists we could go through if we really wanted to, but I don't know. I don't think we need to. Mike Tango Victor here for 8 months. He says, happy Friday. Mike Tango Victor, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. I'm really good to see you. Cajun Cacti, welcome back, man. Says, my son did his first solo flight today. Almost got his PPL. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations, man. Congratulations to him, too. That is a humongous accomplishment. I was more nervous and excited for my first solo flight and having that done than I definitely was when I finished my ticket. Like, there's no question about it. Torbidator, good to see you, man. Sup? Anybody else I missed? Flying Madman, I think I said hello, but hello again. Zylo, welcome aboard. Good to see you, man. All right, we're bringing him in. We're getting him here. Anyway, so that was pre-flight. That was weight and balance. We're not gonna. We could go through the checklist if we really wanted to, but I'm not gonna worry about any of that. They don't need to care about the cabin. Don't care about the exterior. Seats are erect. Yes, they are. Farmer Medic here for 7 months. Happy Friday. Nice to have you back. It's good to be back, man. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. How's the flying going? We haven't even taken off yet, Owen. Good to see you, man. We're trying to get all of our stuff done here so we can skedaddle. Let me make sure controls are set up. Okay, we got split throttles, we got props, we got mixture. Great. All right, so seats are erect, belts and harnesses fastened, brakes are set. Are they? Brakes are set. Fuel strainer's good. Circuit breakers are all in. Sure, because it's sim and wouldn't. Of course they would be. Avionics master switch. That's gonna be. See, there's the alternator switch. There's the master switch. Avionics master's right there, so we'll turn that one off. Right, quit here for 7 months. Time flies like an arrow. Cat flies like a boss. Congratulations to the PPL, dude. Right, quit. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the continued support. Cheers. Soul friend, welcome aboard. A Stucker, good to see you, man. Watching from a car headed from Dallas to San Antonio for the Red River Showdown. I have no idea what that is, but that sounds cool. Dr. Nerd Rage, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I apologize for I'm trying not to do the sniffles, but it's going to happen. Like I'm sick, guys. Just if you don't like that, then I don't know. Somebody else is probably live. Go watch Sheriff Eli or something. Actually, if you don't watch Sheriff Eli, you should watch Sheriff Eli because he's pretty awesome. Nader here, thanks, man. Plan on getting anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna get my instrument rating at some point. We're just not sure when, but it will happen. Oh my gosh, I'll try not to do that in front of the mic. Okay, circuit breakers we checked. Avionics master switches off. Generator switches. Both the alternators are on. Vents we're not worried about. Alternate static sources. I'm sure it's closed, but let's see here. Where is the alternate static source? I'm going to assume alternate static is closed. In the end, I don't really care. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Alt-air. Alt-air is definitely closed. Controls. Controls free and correct. Yes, they are. Doors are closed and latched. They are. Cowl flaps. Ooh, we got to open those. Get those cowl flaps opened up. Get some cooling in this sucker. All right, starting the engines. Throttle halfway open. So we're going to start with the... Actually, we'll just crack them both. Half open. Propeller controls full forward. Master switch on. Master switch to the on position. Electric fuel pump can come on. That is... Let's see... Let's turn on the nav light, the beacon light, and the fuel pump switches are on here somewhere. I don't know where they're at because I'm an idiot. I'd expect them to be right here somewhere. Alternator, cowl flaps, heat, trim, heater. Oh, they're probably over here, aren't they? Yes, they are. Because that's where the mags are. Fuel pumps are both on. Bring the magnetos on. I'm sure that's next. Mixture full rich. Magneto switches both on. And here we go. Starting right engine. Can I push the button and see my instruments? Sort of. Okay, there's some RPMs. Oil pressure's up. Oil temp's coming up. Good. I am Relic here for 9 months. My family doesn't know I support a secret underground organization of sim pilots. I approve. I am Relic. Thank you very much for your continued support. K-Buff Aviator's here for 6 months. He says, cheers and to half a year. Yes, sir, man. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, guys. So, Nader here, ask me that question again when we're up in the air. And we can talk more about the future plans. We'll start the left engine now. Alright. It's 2 good engines, back to 1,000 RPMs. Check our oil pressure is good. Oil temps are coming up. Fantastic. All the other instruments are in the green. Great. Throttle will leave right there, about 1,000 RPMs. Rotating beacon on. Electric fuel pumps can come off. 1, 2. Make sure we turn those back on in a second. Wing flaps are retracted. Wing flap gear, or the gear selector is off. Sure. Landing gear is green and locked. Avionics master can come on. Radios we will set in a moment. Artificial horizon erect. Actually, we'll move that down just a touch. There we go. Artificial horizon is now set. Altimeter will adjust in a moment. Clock is good. Pitot heat. Actually, we're going to leave the pitot heat on because it's raining out. And the weather is poopy. Okay, so we need to grab the weather. And then we're going to call up clearance and get our clearance. Clearance. I'm also going to grab my paper over here. I lost my pad of paper last week, or last time. Never found it. Never turned up. So I got PilotEdge brand, you can't even read it. I got PilotEdge craft sheets that Keith gave out at Flight SimCon. I think I have like a stack of these things. I don't actually know why I have so many of them. All right, so Spokane weather. Winds are variable at 4 knots, 9 mile visibility, rain, few clouds, 10,000, scattered clouds, 25,000, or few clouds, 1,000. Few clouds, 1,000, scattered, 2,500, broken, 3,600, broken, 14,000, 4 degrees Celsius, altimeter 3009er. So we'll set that first. 3009er, right there. And pull the plates up. EG, not you, EU. Who actually ever uses the four-flight diagram outside of, like, an untowered airport? Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Just all that sinus juice. Okay, clearance delivery is 2755. 2755. And we'll turn that guy up right there. All right, Sufrain, good to see you. Big Red, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. When is the next heavy flight? Probably do something next week. Probably do some jets next week. Might even do a big jet next week. We'll see. I was going to do one. I thought about it today, but I kind of want to just fly some GA stuff.
Amarillo clearance Delta 185 information alpha.
Okay.
Foxtrot.
What airport are you at? We're at Spokane. Or Spokane. 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 Spokane.
Delta 185 Amarillo clearance clear to the Flagstaff Airport.
Spokane.
Via
We're gonna go with. Mr.
Victors,
Noob 75, welcome
J6
aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you.
And then Zoni VOR as filed.
Guy in a plane. Happy Friday.
Departure frequency 110.5. Squawk
Anybody else I missed? Have a stupid question. How do you brake an X-plane? I just can't. It's always trigger the parking brake lever.
Delta 185.
Oh, I either use toe brakes or I use the V button.
Vectors J6, Zuni, VOR, then as filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency 110.5. Squawk 3257.
Delta 185, thanks for clear to Flagstaff. Radar vectors Juliet 6, then Zuni as filed. Climb 17,000. Departure 119.5. Squawk 3.
Fairly rudimentary autopilot
Delta
here.
185, read back right.
We can grab nav, which is good. Set the nav for the GPS. Good. Spokane clearance. Good evening. Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra IFR to OMAC.
November 717 Tango Sierra Spokane clearance clear to the OMAC Airport. Spokane 3 departure. Radar vectors Victor 120, then as filed. Maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 123.75. Squawk 3667.
Go to the OMAC Airport, Spokane 3, departure, radar vectors Victor 120 as filed, 10,000 on departure, 123.75 and 3667, Twin Comanche 7 Tango Sierra.
To Comanche 7 Tango Sierra, read back correct.
Alright, we'll turn him off for a second. Let's come in here. Actually, let's take a look at this departure. I'm guessing it's just a big vector departure, but it's the first thing I want to check, so I'll pop up the ForeFlight here. I can make this do what it needs to do. Oh, you know what? ForeFlight's not going to work unless I turn on AirPlay. Ha ha ha! Ha ha, he says. Come on. You can do it. Really? Hang on. Oh, there it goes. All right, now my button's working. Great. Okay. So let's go Spokane, and we'll grab the Spokane 3 departure, which is literally at the top.
Retard.
Yep. Pretty much. Foxtrot Oscar 19 here for 9 months. He says just in time for technical difficulties. That's right, man. Cheers, and thank you very much for your continued support. Appreciate it. Peter Goodnow, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Rudyism, happy Friday. Ernie the Cat, good to see you, man. Pilot Meister, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Foxtrot Oscar, happy Friday to you as well, sir. Cannot wait for the Rotate MD-11. Absolutely. Aussie Benny H here for 9 months. Happy 9-month anniversary. No buns in the oven, thankfully. Absolutely, dude. That would be awkward. Mr. Tatarans, good to see you, Rod. Happy Friday to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. All right. So we're going to do the Spokane 3 departure. The Spokane 3 departure says... Why is there a giant line through the middle of it? Okay, so climb to a heading. Climb to a heading, climb to a heading. Wait for vectors. Maintain 12,000 or assign lower departure. Blah, 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 blah.
Retard.
Why is there a gigantic line that's running right through the middle of it, though? That's... Oh, I see. There's two different departure frequencies on here. One for the east, one for the west. Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay, so the line is basically dictating which departure, like whether you're going to contact east or west, and holy crap, that's that's really big. All right, so the line doesn't actually mean anything to us. Off. Done. Okay, turn you off there. Squirrel here for 9 months. Twitch baby hype. Hope you're the dad. Oh, and I'm the dad. Twitch, or Squirrel, thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate it, dude. Cheers. Hope you're doing well. Paul was streaming some Gold Rush game today, and it was kind of crazy. I couldn't tell, Paul, if you were actually enjoying it or not. I don't know that I was well, I was enjoying watching it because it was kind of like a struggle bus sort of moment. Anyway. Flight plan. Clear this guy out. Have not flown in a long, long time. Delete flight plan. Why is this not... Menu? There we go, delete flight plan. Miles 2112 here for 9 months. Buying a stock of cat air 1 month at a time. Pay dividends every Friday. Cheers, my friend Miles. Thank you very much for your support. Your continued support. Appreciate it. Aussie Benny HS, if I got a cold. Yes, I do. I did 2 weeks of trade shows, and at some point when traveling to San Francisco, I got sick. So thankfully I didn't try to stream this week because it would have been quite disastrous because I really did not feel well. Should pull that mixture back too so I don't foul the plugs. All right, anyway, let's get the sucker popped in here. We're just going to start with... I'm not actually going to put any departures in here because it's not necessary, so we're going to go GEG. GEG... A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Did anybody else have to do that by the... No, not G. Oh, man. Whenever I'm trying to think of like where something is in the alphabet, I have to start from A and actually work my way all the way up, which gets real bad when I get to like the W's, the Z's, and the X. Or, well, not Z's, obviously, but the W's, the X's, and all that kind of stuff. GEG, and then after GEG is going to be EPH. So EPH. EP. I'm doing it in my head, right? By the way, LMNOP, EFGH. Every single time I have to find something out of the alphabet, I do the exact same thing. Like it's bizarre. And then direct to PIWO, LMNOP, A. And we'll go backwards for this one. Plus my brain's not really functioning too well right now either. That's how it goes. And then we're gonna go to KOMK. K-O-M. And if you weren't doing it before, you are now. K. Alright, GEG, EPH, PAWYO, and KOMK. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and put you back into map mode. By clicking that right there. Okay, so we got the flight plan in. Let's get the transponders set. It's going to be this guy right here. That's the prop sync. Avidine mode. Okay, so we're going to be 3667. And we'll just go ahead and go Alt. Good. And then frequency-wise, we got to get ground and tower in here. So ground is 21.9er. 21.9er. And then tower, 18.3. And then we can go. Okay. All right, lights are good. Those are good. We can grab a checklist if we really want to. Beacons on, fuel pumps are both off, flaps are up. We already did all that stuff. Taxi area is clear, throttles will approach slow. Okay, yep. And I'm just making sure, I'm seeing if there's any, okay, good. All right. Where are we at? I actually have no idea where we're at. Signature. Well, we're gonna be South Pilot Ramp. Okay. South Pilot Ramp, and we got the weather. Make sure you check with your designated aviation medical examiner that the drugs you are taking are okay for flying. They never are. I'm actually not taking anything for the cold right now, so we're okay. There should be a way out over here. Yes. Spokane ground, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra is the south pilot ramp with the weather for taxi.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Spokane ground, runway 25, taxi via Charlie.
Runway 25 via Charlie, 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, so we'll take a left out of here. That puts us on 25.
25 short, Juliet with him.
Clear to the right. Clear to the left. Great.
Delta 185, Amarillo ground, runway 22, taxi via Papa and Kilo.
Beginning flight training this weekend. Did you ever fly VFR in the
Kilo,
rain?
22,
Not in really like real rain. Like there was some misty stuff that we flew through a couple times just getting around, but never actually in like rain. We didn't have those kind of days. Like the days that it rained, it was actually like the ceilings were low enough that we just weren't going to fly. Plane and route. Baxter Cat 737. Good to see you, man. Do an exclamation point plane and an exclamation point route. This is the vFlyteAir Piper Comanche. And we're flying from Spokane up to OMAC. A little Pacific Northwest flying today. Raging storm traversing Portland. Nice. Maybe we'll catch some of that later then. Coast Pilot, welcome aboard. Good to see you. The Zesta, welcome aboard. Leading Edge Simulations, welcome aboard. Happy Friday, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Anybody else I miss? It's my hometown. Mini Spokane 3 departures. Oh, nice, Rod. I didn't know that. Do you still live up in Spokane, Rod? Or you're down in... I thought you were down in SoCal now. McShiggity Pilot, it's good to be back. Happy Friday. What did I do for my first flight lesson? We flew out to the coast, and then we came back. No, we can talk about that when we're up in the air. I can walk you through all that lesson stuff. See if it's still fresh. I can pull it up in my logbook if I have to. But give me just a moment. Let's get up in the air and then we'll talk about that. Aerosim Gaming. Yeah. Oi. Oh no, that's like SWA, isn't it? Alan, man, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. I'm actually really upset that didn't work the other day, by the way. Like, I thought that was going to be like, we're going to sit here and listen to this for the next 5 minutes, and then it skipped everything. So, next month, we'll work on the trolling some more, and we'll figure something out. But thanks, Alan. I appreciate it, buddy. Awaken Naptown, welcome aboard. I live in Spokane. I travel to SoCal frequently. I got it. Frequently enough that you keep a car there. Disgruntled Sailors here for 3 months. Keep up the good work. Always enjoy the stream. Enjoy your race to sea. Thank you very much, Ben. Cheers. Gizmodus, welcome aboard. Shaka Monkey, welcome aboard. All right, let's do our run up and get out of here. So make sure full. Bring our engines up to 2,000 RPMs. Okay, hey, green. Great. Let's do left mag on this side. Do the right mag first. Observe the drop. Left. Got a drop. Right. Got a bit more of a drop. We'll get the drop on that. And we'll cycle the props. Make sure the prop governor's working. And it is. And then we'll bring the throttle all the way back to idle.
I'm really tired. Delta 185. Hold.
Make sure the plane doesn't die on us. Back up to about 1,000. Okay, landing lights. Strobe lights.
We'll fly runway heading, runway 22.
Yeah, fuel pump left,
Delta
fuel pump
185.
right, or left and right, right, left. Close enough. Do we use flaps for takeoff? We're going to this time. Takeoff flaps. Okay, good to good. Box those controls. Okay, let's take a look at this departure real quick too. Last thing before we go. Runway 25 says on departure, fly heading 025. That's easy enough. Oh gosh. 025 is right there. And we'll set our trim. Guess we'll leave our trim. Well, let's actually, there we go. Move that trim back. Great. All right, tower. Tower's 18.3. And then departure is 23.75, and then we'll get going. 23.7. Oops. Spokane Tower, Twin Comanche 717, Tango Sierra holding short runway 25.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Spokane Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 25, 7 Tango Sierra. All right, clear left. Clear to the right. And we got lights. Camera. Action. Flaps. Handles. Good. Good. Let's go. Hello, Daedalus. Welcome aboard. Data here. Welcome aboard. All right, we'll get the rest of you guys here in a second. 2-5 identified. Let's go. Stable. Okay, we got power. Green, green, green. Airspeed's alive. Let's rotate. Try to keep ourselves right around the blue line there.
Delta 185, connect departure.
Right?
Delta
205, I'm turning to. Left turn, 205. I read the departure wrong, by the way. That happens. Oh yeah. Here needs to come up.
Twin Comanche 7 Tango Sierra, connect departure.
Departure 7 Tango Sierra, we'll see it. Alright, let's go heading. Pitch. Alright, don't do that.
Delta 185, Amarillo departure, radar contact, turn right heading 270.
Okay, my flat button's not working again. I don't actually know what the climb speed is, so we'll just pick a number here. This looks good.
American 504, connect Albuquerque Center 128.12, 2812.
So let's see, SID we forgot to, I forgot to put the gear up. Forgot to put the flaps up. Off to a good start. Departure Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra 3,900 climbing 10,000.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Spokane departure, radar contact. American 504, Albuquerque Center, roger.
Alright. Not to mention I flew the departure initially wrong, too. No wrong remaining gear up, yeah. We're already in mode C, we're good to go there. Alright, we'll pull the props back a little bit, too. Assuming 2,500 for the climb. Everything's in the green, so we're good there. Alright, up we go. No problems whatsoever. Completely flawless flight, they say. Found an Easter egg in the new Cessna G1000. What'd you find?
November 7 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 240, join Victor 120, and resume navigation.
240, join Victor 120, resume on nav, 7 Tango Sierra. Alright, so 240, 120, we'll push the, push this guy over to nav. And that should track this. Yep, it's going to track that line there. So it's tracking our GPS line, which has got us going from GEG up to I don't know, up to the next VOR. Whatever that happens to be. I don't even know what it's called. EPH. Echo Papa Hotel. We're going to go with. Serby Plays here for 2 months. He says, I smell. Fair enough. That happens. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. Oh, man. The water is nice because it's also helping my vocal cords. Paco Boy, good to see you. Paco Boy says dual barrel roll. No. All right. Somebody asked if I like how I like the ASD, the Aerosim Cub. I have not flown the Cub yet.
6295, connect
I don't know if Alan has credited my account for the Cub yet, so I don't really know, but I haven't flown the Cub yet. Hopefully soon.
Reach on.
-3, we're flying through clouds. I don't know if we're simulating any icing just yet, but I think we're still doing okay here.
Amerijet 395, connect.
But I'm looking forward to getting the Cub. I'm looking forward to playing around with it. I was thinking about flying it this week, but there's so many other guys that are flying that Cub right now that I just didn't think it was a good idea. Like, you guys have seen plenty of the Cub. And if you haven't seen plenty of the Cub, I'm sure Aerosim, you gonna fly it later? You going live tonight? I'm sure Aerosim will be live, or John Fly will be live this weekend with it, or I think even Val Dudes might be live with it right now. So there's plenty of people out there flying it. We'll get our hands on it and fly it eventually. Ridiculous here for 10 months. Oh, that's the first 10 month that I've seen Ridiculous. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers!
Amerijet 395, Seattle Center, roger.
Squirrel, thank you very much for the massive host. I appreciate it, man. Cheers to you, sir. Airplane Boy 11, welcome aboard. You should fly VATSIM, the whole East Coast this staff. Yeah, I thought about VATSIM tonight, but I kind of want to do some GA in the West Coast. How is VATSIM looking? I was like this close to flying in the F&O today, but I changed my mind at the last second because I really just wanted to do some mountain flying here. Does anybody know what the climb speed is for this airplane? Oh, best rate of climb, best en route climb, 130 miles per hour. That's actually about what we're doing. Let's see, VX is 90, VY is 112, and best en route climb is 130. So we'll get ourselves to about 130 mile an hour. Works for me. There we go. Pretty nice little cloud layer here. Perfect. Still working on the documentation tonight, so no flying. Maybe some 11.10 testing. That's it. I see. That's all right, man. Does that mean that's coming out soon? Yeah. Yeah. What did you do on your first flight lesson? Takeoff and landing. Yes. So I did 2 discovery flights. I won't count the 2 discovery flights. But the first discovery flight I had, actually both discovery flights, I had the controls from the beginning to the end. And my second discovery flight with the instructor I ended up going with, I actually had the controls from the moment we started taxiing to the moment that we parked. So that was kind of cool. My first proper lesson, again, I had the controls from beginning to end. So I did the takeoff, I did the landing, and I think we actually did a touch and go. Let's see here. Let's do this. Pop you up. Paco Bort here for 9 months. 9 months deserves a barrel roll, he says. Maybe when we go VFR later, man. Paco Bort, thank you very much for your continued support. That's just scared the crap out of me. That spy just crapped itself. Okay. Bellins, 9 months. What are we calling it? We're going to call it Kappa. Matt, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Flight Logic, good to see you, Tyler. Little baby Kappa. So, okay, for logbook, all flights, and we go to that one, 1.7 hours. We did basic maneuvers. So we did, basic turns. We did, standard rate turns, medium rate turns, steep turns. We did slow flight. We did a power off stall, and then we also did a touch and go. Or a stop. No, actually, we did a touch and go back at the airport, and then called it a day right there. So the first lesson was actually kind of interesting because the weather wasn't very good. So we actually had to climb to like 6,000 feet to do our maneuvers and get above the clouds because there was so much poopiness in the air. I gotta watch my altitude too because this has an alt hold, but it doesn't have an alt capture. Yeah, so that was the first lesson, and I had the controls. Like I said, I had the controls the whole time. This instructor, I had the controls basically the entire time I was flying with him. He might take over once or twice here and there to demonstrate something, or long enough for me to put the foggles on or something like that. But yeah, that was the first one. And then it kind of went from there. So I'm gonna put a video together that covers all of that. I'm basically gonna put a video together that talks about training as a whole, costs, things that I had to buy, things that surprised me, and we're pretty much gonna go lesson by lesson and talk about here's a block of lessons where it was just touch and goes. Here's this lesson, and kind of go through all the stuff that was covered. that way, because I think it could be useful for people that are coming up and that are new to training, or that are looking to get their ticket. Poopiness in the air, an official meteorological condition. Yes, if you have poopiness in the air, you may want to go see a doctor. 757 Spy, happy Friday, man. It's good to see you. Please do it, absolutely. Well, yeah, I know. So it's on my. I'm not going to call it my short list, but it's definitely on my my medium list. This weekend I have. So right now I have 3 videos I need to cut for Max, and I have 2 videos I have to cut for myself. So, and I have one special video that I'm also working on using that song at the very beginning of the stream. And if you weren't here, you should see if you can go back and listen to it before it gets muted. So I have like 6 videos in the kitty right now. Really, I have 5 videos in the kitty that are taking priority. And then once those 5 videos are done, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the PPL stuff. So we're going to do probably 1 video talking about the cost of the PPL, break down every single penny that I spent on it, because I have exhaustively, I literally have recorded every single cent that I've spent on this entire bit of training, all with the hopes that I can give some people some more information and help you make a decision. So if you're curious what the total cost was, this is it right here, $10,794. So this is how much I spent on everything, like on 400 to go. Okay, we're almost there. On a battery. To use in my cockpit, on a Stratix, on a freaking GoPro, on 2 on my medical, on 2 headsets. Like, that's how much money I spent, was just under $11,000. 200 to go. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then a second video will probably be on the actual lessons, and we'll break down each of the lessons, how much time was spent on the lessons themselves, and sort of what I had to kind of go through for maneuvers and whatnot. And that'll probably be a shorter video, but and again, it's going to be one of these like big disclaimers, like your mileage may vary sort of thing, because not everybody's going to have the same training experience. There's 10,000 feet. Go Alt, and let's pull up the power table. Above 8,000 feet, we're going to go 2,500 RPMs and full. Well, literally already at 75% power. So good job, guys. We did it, Reddit. I will lean the engine out, though. So let's see. There's an EGT right there. Is the EGT even working? Very slowly it's working. So we're just watching that gauge till it peaks. We're going to go rich of peak. So once it peaks, we'll go just a little bit more rich. Still coming up. Still coming up. Still coming up. That's about peak right there. So bring it just a little bit more rich. That should rein it in a little bit right there. 25 degrees per tick, so we'll go just about right here is what we're looking for. That should lean us out then. So that gives us about just about 20, just a little under 20 gallons an hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. Great. So we got 48 minutes, really? God. It's gonna be a long flight here. Longer than I was expecting. Maybe that goes a shortcut. I could probably ask for direct PIO. Aviation 380 here for 5 months. Sorry I've been active lately, been busy the last couple months. Told my friend I would help him on a history project, so I guess I'll see you next time. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by. Cheers. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next week, hopefully. All right, so it absolutely will. What's the time at? Do you feel that X-Plane and flight sims in general helped you with your real-world flying? Yes, but with the caveat that it was as much PilotEdge and sort of...
7 Tango Sierra, Kodak, Seattle Center 126.1.
126.1, Twin Comanche 7 Tango Sierra. Stand by. Oops. 26. 11.1. Seattle Center, 20 Comanche 717, Tango Sierra 1010,000.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Seattle Center, Roger. Moses Lake altimeter 3013.
13. All right. I should descend a little bit there. Perfect. So, did X-Plane help you? Now, if you're just firing up X-Plane and tooling around, or even using the default ATC, I don't really think it's going to help you. If you're using it with PilotEdge or VATSIM to have yourself basically multitasking in the airplane, so to make sure that you're looking at, like, where am I going? How high am I? How fast am I? Who am I talking to? What am I supposed to say? When am I supposed to respond with my call sign? Like, all of that kind of stuff, then you can definitely get a leg up on stuff. Like, being able to talk on the radio and be competent on the radio was humongous. I think that's a big tough thing for a lot of students, because there's not a good way to practice that offline, right? There's not a good way to practice it without actually being in the plane and up in the air, unless you're doing something like PilotEdge, or unless you're doing something like VATSIM, where you're constantly doing it. So that part, I think, really helped me. Now, the actual act of flying an airplane, like, knowing about traffic patterns and knowing sort of like how things worked, understanding the idea of pitch, roll, yaw, and power, like, that stuff was all immensely helpful from the flight simulator. But the actual act of flying the airplane, I think it was a bit of a detriment, because I found myself very much over controlling the airplane. And it wasn't until I learned to stop over controlling the airplane, because that's how you do it in flight sims, that I finally, like, got a good grip on things and got a good grasp on everything. So the flight sims definitely helped, and I will say they only help you if you're doing it correct. That was sort of my experience. Sirius Max, good to see you, Max. Happy Friday. You should come join us, man. We're doing some more GA stuff after this. Just curious, when practicing turnstalls, are you going over populated areas or an empty field? I live in an urban area and I see GAs practicing all the time. I mean, as long as you're up high, you're fine. In general, no, we did not practice over populated areas. So let me see if I can find you a video. I'll show you what, because our practice area is literally over the ocean, like completely over the ocean. So I was next to nothing. No, that's pattern work. That's a long CC. That's a solo CC. Here you go. So my practice area that I worked at was here off the coast. Like, so I was never overpopulated. So I'm at like 3,000 feet, just kind of cruising out here over the coast, working on my turns. I'd go out over the water. We'd come back. We kind of used that mouth at this little, I'm pointing at it like you can see what I'm pointing at. We used that kind of mouth right here to kind of as a waypoint. So we stayed north of that, and we stayed south of one up here further north of us. But this is what the practice area was like. And the nice bonus, let me tell you something. The nice bonus about this practice area is that as soon as you get over the ocean, the temperature dropped by like 15 degrees. Like, it was amazing. So yeah, we were almost never doing this stuff over densely populated areas. Now that being said, our airport is in a densely populated area. So when we were taking off here, we were always over the city. Like, I'm taking off and landing, I'm over the city. Like, that's what I was dealing with. So if I lost an engine, like, if I lost an engine, there were problems. Put it that way. But yeah. What add-on are you using for weather? X Enviro? Chart 757, good to see you. Nope, we're back on X Enviro, Tyler. I'm way behind here. Hello, ATC, do you hear me? I hear you. What plane did you learn to fly? I flew in a 172 and I flew in a Cherokee. Cherokee 180. What do you mean with over-controlling? Yeah, so over-controlling is like not letting the airplane... Because as you're flying, the airplane kind of moves around a lot, right? And over-controlling is sort of...
Merge at 395, Seattle Center.
I don't know if I really have a good example of that. Like, over controlling is when you just you're not letting the plane settle into what it wants to do. So the airplane's going to push up. And if as the airplane pushes up, you push the stick forward because you're like, I want to go back to being low, that's over controlling. And being really herky-jerky and whatnot on the controls. Jeff, thanks for the host, man. Cheers, my friend. I don't know if you're here or not, but thank you. Or too much left and right, too much back and forward, like just not letting the plane sort of fly, right? Because the plane is naturally going to try to settle back into where it was. So if you hit an updraft, the plane's going to try to settle itself back into where it was at previously. So you may gain a little bit of altitude, but you're still not, like, you don't need to immediately push forward to try to compensate for that. And that was the habit that I had, because for whatever reason, like, because you don't really have a good feel for things in X-Plane, right? So over controlling just sort of became the norm in the sim. Like, you're constantly just moving the stick around and fighting it and this and that, and you really should just let the plane settle and then make slight adjustments after the fact to get yourself back where you need to be. And that was the hardest thing for me to learn. If you crash, you're going in the ocean. That's right. We were going in the ocean or on the beach. That's a big cloud. Okay. Do I need to do anything with my fuel tanks, or are they just automatically feeding in? I've got the fuel pumps on, which is great. I think they're constantly feeding into the main tanks. I think they're okay there. I don't know. We're gonna go with that. Nice headset, yeah. The Pharaoh is the Pharaoh was. I'm so happy to have my oh yeah, here. My Clarity Alofts were in the shop and they just got back. I actually have my flight back up here, so I'm so happy to have my Clarity Alofts back and to like have my real freaking headset, because this thing is these are amazing. Like, if you're looking for an aviation headset, like, this is what you want to get, in my opinion. These things are just awesome. So freaking comfortable. So very good. But they were in the shop because I was having some problems with them. And so I had to use my wife's headset, which is just an over-the-ear clamp-on. It's an active noise reduction, which was good. But it still felt like a set of vice grips on my head. How do you obtain your medical? Was it hard? Nope. I had some issues to kind of work through with my medical, but I was able to work with the AME and my doctor and get all that taken care of. So I didn't have too many problems. Like, there was a little bit of back and forth and about $300 or so worth of tests that I had to do. Baxter Cat asked, will I ever get a commercial pilot's license or stick with PPL? I have no interest in flying commercially, so no. Private license it is. Went to Summit Mount Washington, New Hampshire today via cog rail. Oh, dude, McShiggity pilot, I love the cog rail. How was the weather? Was it clear up there? Because, oh my god, yeah, the cog rail is amazing. Like, that's, if you want to go up Mount Washington, that's the way to do it. It's a little bit expensive, obviously, but it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful views up there. Got those 4K cloud textures, maybe down the road, yeah. How did you find X-Enviro? Zico Mikes. Goodbye, buddy.
American 504.
I don't know if somebody actually... Oh, crap. No. Hang on a second here. We're going to make sure he gets banned. Unacceptable. $300 a test, that's a lot of blood, yeah. I had to go back a few times. Patrick Peralta, good to see you. I'm just learning just how to K-bet on a Warrior. Did touch and goes at Lawrence on Thursday. Dude, the controllers at Lawrence are awesome. They're such chill people. Patrick, that's awesome, man. Who is you? Which flight school are you working with? Alpha Bacon, how are you finding X-Enviro? Does it really make a difference compared to the built-in weather system? I don't know. I think it does a better job, but it definitely was better in X-Plane 10 than the stock. The stock weather, I think, is pretty good now, but I don't know. Like, look at what we're dealing with right now and kind of make your assumption from there. I don't know that it's worth $70 at this point. It definitely was when X-Plane 10 was out, and it was either use the X-Plane 10 default weather or use this, or SkyMax. But I don't know about versus X-Plane 11, so we're looking at X-Enviro right now, and I don't know. That's my cop-out answer. John Fly, I'll buy your FAA medical for $19.95 right now. John Fly, thank you very much for 10 months, man. Cheers, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Cavu today at Mount Washington. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty rare for it to be like that. Actually, in the one time I went up Washington, it was clear in a freaking million. Like, you could see forever. It was absolutely stunning. Max and I actually flew past Mount Washington earlier this year, and it was one of those kind of days too. Like, as soon as we took off out of Beverly, we were probably 3,000-4,000 feet up in the air, and you could already see all the way up to Mount Washington. And so we had it kind of off in the distance the entire way when we flew up the coast, and then we actually flew right by the mountain, landed at the airport there too, which is a really cool flight. Captain Keelhauler, happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. X-Enviro beta testing precipitation. Yeah, X-Enviro I think has got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Who knows when we'll see any of it. They've been a little slow moving lately, but yeah. See if I did a simulated engine out at 600 AGL. Ooh, boy. I mean, during my check ride, the DPE at 50 feet said, okay, your engine's on fire, and I had to pull the throttle, push the nose forward. It said, all right, go around, and we went around. Definitely no engine outs at like 600 feet though. East Coast Aero Club, nice dude. We'll have to get all like the New England Flyers together at some point. We need, you know what we need to do? We need to organize. I know there's a few of us up here. We need to organize a Twitch fly-in to some airport and like grab lunch or something. For those of us up in the Northeast, because I think we could probably put together like at least 4 or 5 people that are up in the area. Airbus or Boeing, I don't care. Are these the experimental clouds for X-Enviro? They're whatever downloaded with X-Enviro, so probably not. They are whatever came with the package. 50 degree turn back to the runway with the stall horn. Yeah, that seems kind of dangerous, especially in a Warrior. Like my instructor told me that if you because I trained mostly in a Cherokee 180, and he's like, if you lose your engine below 1,000 feet, you push that nose forward and find a place to land in front of you because you are not making it back to the runway. I hear good things about X-Enviro 1.08. Cool. Let's hope they do something. How high do you have to be to practice stalls and spins? You should be at least 1,000 feet. I forget what spins. I think fall under acro, and I forget what the numbers are for that. It's like 1,500 feet or whatever. Like a lot. The minimum requirement for doing that stuff is a lot lower than it should be. And realistically, I wouldn't do any of that stuff below 3,000 feet. I think we did our stalls for my check ride at like 2,500 or so. But I mean, you really, and with a stall, you don't really lose that much altitude anyway. You lose basically nothing if you do it right.
2 miles.
But yeah, 3,000 or above is what we were always at.
American 504, correct visual approach runway 26.
I'd go straight ahead under 1,000 AGO. Yeah, no kidding. No, I wouldn't like. No, like I'm not even gonna try to make that turn because you're just gonna put yourself in an accelerated stall situation, and that's dangerous. Degrist, good to see you. Happy Friday. Yeah, I mean you could do it at 2,500. It wouldn't be a big deal there. But I don't know. I'm not a CFI. If Chevy's in here, we've got some CFIs that are in here from time to time. They would probably be able to speak more to like that. But like legally, I think it's like legally you can do acro above 1,500. I think is the number. My CFI does acro for fun. Yeah, okay. It's still not smart, in my opinion, but it's all right, man. Hope you had fun with it. I mean, it's legitimately something that could happen to you. The nice thing about Bedford is that Bedford's not surrounded by as much urban area as some of the other airports. But yeah. Where's the practice area for Bedford? Have you gone out there yet? Like, are you guys going north? Are you going out to the water? Like, where do they go? Because I know that Degrist, good to see you, man. Pilot an X controller here. Nice, dude. What do you fly? Where do you fly? Where'd you control? You can't tease us with just that little bit of information. Like, you got to open up and tell us some more, man. We go west. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Because I know that like Beverly is out over Cape Ann, and then we were out over Newburyport, which was pretty cool because we got to. I actually got to do.
2707, runway 26, clear to land.
I actually got to do a grass field. Let's see, that's not there. Nope, must have been before that. Yep. So I got to do an actual soft field landing, which was pretty freaking cool. Plane made a whole lot of noise that I wasn't expecting to, but yeah, this is Newburyport, Plum Island Airport, which is kind of a hoot to go to. If you get a chance to, you should do it sometime. But there's a little hump here that we're aiming for, and that's where you want to put her down. And it was super, super, super cool to actually do a soft field with my instructor. And then like get those flaps up and get on the damn brakes, because the end of that runway comes awfully quick. And then the takeoff was bizarre because like the plane hops. So the plane hops right here, boom, and then it comes back down to the ground, and then it hops a little bit, and you kind of catch that ridge again, and then you're up and you're off. So yeah, that was cool. If it's not asphalt, it's a crash. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a few grass strips that I want to go visit down the road too, because there's definitely some cool stuff in the area. But yeah, Patrick, if you get a chance to, see if you can get your CFI to take you over to Plum Island and do some work out there, because that airport's really neat. Stifler, good to see you, man. Hexload, welcome aboard. Hope you guys are doing well. 1 a.m. here in the UK. Offer some beauty sleep. All right, Shaka Monkey, take it easy. Have a good night. How long was that strip? Not very long. Let's see. Let me find this. I'll pull it up for you here. So we were at Plum Island. So Lawrence, Bedford, Plum Island is right here. So the asphalt strip is 2105, and the grass strip is 2300. So we had 2300 to get off the ground. This is a bit of a pucker factor coming off the asphalt strip because there's big ass trees right at the end of the runway. So you kind of want to get out. You want to get your ass off the ground as quickly as you can. That's for sure. But yeah, it's pretty cool airport. It's fun to fly into. I did a couple engine outs there too. A couple simulated engine outs. It was a big one that my instructor really enjoyed doing. Already experienced technical issues during flight. Like what kind of technical? Are you talking about a real flight? Because yeah, I mean, I lost my headset at one point. Had to go 7600 and go back, which was kind of a hoot. I think the club goes out there. I'm sure they do. Sound like you're in New England somewhere. Yeah, DeGrist. I live up north of Boston. Controlled in extreme West Texas, no longer fly. Got dive. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Mr. Krause, good to see you, John. Thank you very much for 9 months of support. Cheers. Hope you were doing well. Definitely planning on sun and fun next year. That's going to be a thing. How I get down there is the question. And good evening, sir. Space Andy says your voice sounds different. Yeah, I'm getting over a cold. Oh, nice. You're in Rhode Island. Sweet. Yeah, I live up on the North Shore of Boston. The city I'd prefer not to say, but you can find it if you browse the internet. So yeah, I did one of my dual cross countries I did down in North Central in Rhode Island, just north of Providence there. But I love New England. Thought you'd get PPL with diabetes. You can't if you're on insulin. You can't. Insulin's basically like a big no-no. As far as other stuff, as far as like pills and whatnot, I'm really sure you'd have to check the you have to check an EME. That's what you want to do. That's where I got my pilot's license. No kidding. Yeah, I fly out of Lawrence. So I fly out of Lawrence. The North Central Airport was like 51 miles exactly. And we did the whole thing at 2,800 feet because we like dipped. We were above the Bedford class Delta and we were below the Boston class Bravo on our way down to North Central. So it was kind of a cool flight. Like by the time you clear the Bravo, there's really no reason to get any altitude because you're practically there.
American 6295, connect Terrible 9.05.
Go with Max and swap pilots. I don't know. You should share the drive in plane form. Yeah, Nike, we're working on that. I can't say much more than we're working on that.
6295, select there, wind 340 at 11, runway 3.
I'm also hoping to make it down to or make it over to Oshkosh next year too, but that one's a bit more up in the air for many reasons. Just when you're on insolent, no hope for me. Or there's still hope for me. Yeah. Thought there was an audio issue. Nah, dude. If there's an audio issue, I apologize. Got a big turn coming up here, finally. It's actually starting to clear up and look alright out here.
Okay, American 504.
Aside from the fact that I still can't see my plane when I'm outside. There we go.
Yeah, so make a left turn on the next taxiway and join Charlie eastbound.
Anyone try the X-Plane 1110 beta? A few people have, yeah. It's been a few people streaming. I think John's probably streamed it. I know Aerosim streamed it. I think it was Wednesday night when it dropped. But I'm holding off on it for now. I'm holding off until it has a chance to cook a little longer, because I don't like dealing with an unstable sim. J Snap, good to see Justin.
395, connect Oakland Center 134.907.
He's actually pretty busy tonight. Like the West Coast expansion has not been super crowded, it seems, but there's actually more planes now in WUS than there are in SoCal, which may actually be a first. Like, it may be the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Affirmative.
Because you got 3 guys in SoCal, and he's got 6 people out here. That's cool.
November 717 Tango Sierra, when able, verify you have the all-night weather and GPS runway 35.
Okay, get in the weather and we'll expect that, 7 Tango Sierra. Professor Jedi's here for 2 months. Professor Jedi, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. All right, OMAC weather. 3505, 10 mile visibility, clear skies, 11 Celsius, altimeter 3014. In Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 7 Tango Sierra has the OMAC weather.
7 Tango Sierra, roger.
Okay, so we got the approach loaded up in here. Not much to worry about there. OMAC is reporting clear skies, so we probably will be able to go visual fairly quickly once we get down there. Or get up there, I should say. It looks like this stuff's all starting to break up too, which is nice. I'm actually looking forward to flying into this airport. It looks really neat. Navarine says I sound different. I have a cold. I did 2 weeks of trade shows, and on the way to the second week of trade shows, I got a cold. So I actually sound a lot better than I did when I got back last week. Trust me. And yeah, still kind of just getting over everything. Is it realistic to have a Wi-Fi networked hard drive with ortho? I don't think it'd be a good idea. I don't think it would work that well, but you can give it a shot. I just don't think that'd work too well, Nike. How do I like this plane, asked Nader here. I love it. I think it's a great plane. I mean, obviously we're not doing a whole lot with it, but it definitely is a very well built, it's a very nice twin plane to fly. And there's not a lot of, we don't have a lot of like twin, we don't have a lot of good twin piston planes, so it's cool to be able to fire this guy up. vFlyteAir does a good job. Best thing out of 1110 besides the G1000, lack of ground shakes. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yes. Captain Dragus, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. Captain Dragus, I'm not sure I've seen that name before, so welcome aboard, too. It's good to see you. If you're out there somewhere. Jay Krause says 1110 did a job on my frames. That sucks. John Fly being able to set joystick. Oh yeah, joystick profiles is cool. I'm using a NAS. It's running fine with the orthos, but I do have gigabit network. Yeah, over Wi-Fi would be a different story. A NAS, a NAS over gigabit, you'd probably be okay. Like, there's going to be some overhead and whatnot, but like most of the loading of ortho happens at the CPU and not necessarily at the hard drive. But anytime you put a hard drive out on the network, you're definitely opening yourself up for some potential issues. Supernova, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Happy Friday. If you're saying good day, probably happy Saturday for you. Looking forward to my first flight lesson tomorrow. Hopefully the weather holds up on the west coast of Canada. Awesome, dude. Hope you have a good time with that. It's going to be nice. First flight lesson it's going to be okay. It's going to be pretty, I won't say nice and simple, but it's going to be super taxing, that's for sure. But it should be a good experience. And if your first lesson is not a good experience, then your instructor has probably done something wrong. Dude, I wish, you know, there were no clouds here so we could actually see, you know, the terrain. Austin McKenna, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Is there a way to make it so ortho doesn't generate with clouds on the ground? Did my local area, the whole thing was white with clouds. Find a different source. So find a different source, so find a different zoom level, and see if it looks better. Depending on where you're at, though, you may be out of luck. Some big clouds ahead of us. Realistically, if we were flying through this right now, we'd be all iced up. But Xenviro doesn't simulate icing, so haha. You would not want to be flying through these clouds if you didn't have anti-ice.
Clear to the Grand Canyon Airport, maker 2 departure, maker VOR, then as filed. Maintain 15,000.
Austin, can I happy Friday, man? I think I already said happy Friday, but happy Friday again. Upstate New York, where it always rains and it's cloudy. Yeah, you might like try Bing, try Google. Well, Google probably won't work, but try Bing or the USGS. You might find a better source there. Have I considered using World Traffic 3? Poker Chew, good to see you, man. I have a copy of World Traffic 2. I tried to use it. I really gave it a good shot. I really tried to make it work, and I just couldn't make it. Like it was too complicated. Like it was too difficult to get set up. There was too much work involved with making it do its thing. And it also was a humongous drain on resources too. So as much as I would have loved to have gotten World Traffic going, like it wasn't going to happen. And I've tried a couple of the traffic mods and haven't had a whole lot of luck with them. So like I have, what's the one that Jar did? X-Life, I think it is. And I didn't have a lot of luck with that either. Like it was, World Traffic, once you got it up and running, I think it was pretty decent. But it just, there was so much work involved with getting it going that I didn't feel like it was worth it. World Traffic 3 is much easier to set up and use. Aha. Well, that's good. I might talk to Nick about that then at some point. I don't know. The World Traffic stuff doesn't interest me a ton because I do most of my flying online. Like I do all my flying online. Even, you know, heading up to a little untowered airport like this on autopilot, we're still going to be online. Well, Pilot Meister, man, what airport you flying out of? Check the forecast to see if it's going to hold. Like you make sure you want to check the TAF. If you're in Western Canada, I don't know where Western Canada is. Like Western Canada is a pretty broad statement. 11.10 beta 2 is out. Yeah, it came out today. So either this afternoon or yesterday, I think. I think it was this afternoon.
Number 6 to Kilo Mike, Phoenix clearance on request, standby.
World Traffic 3 is easy to set up. Frames don't hurt, but ATC is bad. Well, the ATC, like a automated, like computer-based ATC is almost always going to be bad. Okay, airport elevation 1,300 feet. And Payo to Itori is 5,000, so basically want to be 6,000. 6,000 is the minimum descent right now for this area. So if you wanted to be, let's see here. Put the VNav here for a second. We want to be, say, 5,000 feet at Itori.
60 Kilo Mike, cleared out of Phoenix Bravo airspace. And
I didn't put the
departure
approach
maintain
in.
VFR at or below 4,500. Departure frequency 100.2, squawk 4776.
Okay, so let's go proc, select approach, GPS 35 for Polio,
November 62 kilo Mike, read back correct.
load that, and then we'll go to VNav, and then not Polio, but, oh dear God. Well, we're going direct Polio right now, so we can go proc,
Aspen 76.
activate
San Francisco
approach. Okay, so then we'll go to VNav, and we'll say at eTori, we want to be 5,000 feet, and we're looking for a vertical speed profile of 500 feet per minute. So we want to start down at about a minute. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717, Tango Sierra, request descent.
November 7 Tango Sierra, descend to maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000 at 7 Tango Sierra. All right, so we can start down about now. So what we did is we plugged the rudimentary VNav here in the 530. You basically say, at this, I want to be this altitude, at this position before or after this intersection. So we're saying 5,000 feet at eTori, and we want to go down to 500 feet per minute. So if we were to start down right now, we'd shoot for 450 feet per minute. In 1 minute, we would descend at 500 feet per minute to reach this target. So that's what we're going to start down now. So we'll turn off alt mode, and we'll go ahead and push that nose down a little bit. So I have a button that basically does pitch up, pitch down. And so we're looking for about 500 feet per minute here. So we'll give it one more touch there. That's going to be about 500 feet at the moment. We'll go ahead and push our mixture full forward. We'll leave the props at 2,500. We'll leave the throttle all the way full. So we can go ahead and continue accelerating on our way down here. And all the way up to the yellow arc, which is, you know, the yellow arc is like 195 miles per hour. So we got a lot of accelerating that we can do on the way down. So I'm going to bump it down just a little bit more there. And we're starting to break out of these clouds too. So I think once we get just a little bit lower, we should be okay. 1110's in beta right now. 1110 is in beta.
American 504, the Eagle 6 arrival charts consists of 3 different chart portions. So you have
Are there any servers out there other than FlightSimX default? I've been trying to do live ATC. Periculent, welcome aboard. You want to look into something like VATSIM, iVal, or PilotEdge. I'm on PilotEdge right now, pilotedge.net. And those services all provide multiplayer with ATC, like realistic environments too, is what they're shooting for. You can also check FS Cloud, which is sort of a bigger multiplayer server type of thing.
Kilo Mike, Phoenix ground, running 25 left, intersection departure, Hotel 7, taxi via hotel.
To Sunix's, Sun Axis, welcome aboard. Meeper 95, welcome
Comanche
aboard.
7 Tango Sierra, cross Pollo, at or above 5,000, cleared RNAV, correction, cleared GPS, runway 35 approach.
Pollo at above 5,000, clear GPS, runway 35 approach, 7 Tango Sierra. All right, starting to break out here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. FS Cloud is anarchy sometimes. I mean, it's intentionally meant to not have a lot of the rules and whatnot, so I can see where that might be the case. All right. Down we go. Any route suggestions for airliners, Captain Bill says. How long do you want to fly, Captain Bill? How long do you want to be in the air? Happy Friday and welcome aboard. Hope you are doing well. This was a 95 nautical mile leg, but this is gonna, whoops. This is probably gonna end up being the longest leg of the night. Like the longest flight in terms of time. Because we went all the way, we basically did this. Not basically, we actually did this. So we flew just about 150 nautical miles. Next flight I'm looking forward to, going to Friday Harbor there. Should be a very pretty flight. Lovely scenery indeed. I know, dude. The Pacific Northwest is just too cool. I'm really looking forward to Friday Harbor, man, because we're gonna come in north of Seattle there, or way north of Seattle, kind of up in the what's the Bellingham area? Over the fjords and all that stuff up there. And it should be a very, very pretty flight.
Jet 395, verify your R slant whiskey, you don't have RNAV. Jet 395, roger, I expect a routing.
1.5 to 2 hours on an airliner. Miami to Chicago.
Jet 395, expect a routing amendment shortly.
Denver to Los Angeles. Let's see. Las Vegas to Seattle. That might be a little bit longer though. Chicago to Boston. Chicago Midway to Boston. There's some ideas for you. What zoom level is used for ortho? We're over zoom level 15 right now, if I recall. We're over 15. We'll be over 17 once I get a little further up. It depends. Like as we're around major airports, so once we get around Seattle and kind of the northwest part of Seattle, we'll see some 17. But what we're looking at right now is almost certainly 15. What we took off out of was 15 too, so it depends. Orlando to Atlanta. Or wait, MCI is. Oh no, MCI is Kansas City. Kansas City to Atlanta. There you go. Don't get an overbooked seat. Some low pressure around the Pacific West arriving over the weekend. Get ready for some rain, snow on Saturday morning. Nice. Trying to get myself nice approaches now. DCA River is scary. Yes, DCA rivers can be scary. There's a couple approaches into like LaGuardia and JFK that are really cool too. Like the river visual into LaGuardia is neat, and the visual approaches coming into JFK are awesome.
I have the routing advisor ready to copy. Jet 395, clear to San Francisco Airport.
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with something like Innsbruck. Innsbruck is always beautiful coming in there.
And the Senate pilot discretion maintains.
Still looks good at 15. Oh yeah, when you're up high like this, 15 looks fine. And even down low, 15 looks good too. Like 15 is a very good trade-off point if you ask me. Like 17 is obviously, 17 is probably ideal if you really want to do the hard drive space, but like a single 15 tile only takes about 5 to 10 minutes for my computer to generate. Expressway visual for LaGuardia goes over my house. Nice, dude.
6-2.
Yeah, I live under one of the instrument approaches for Boston, so I generally see planes all the time. I haven't really heard too many of them tonight, so they might not be running. They may not be running down here tonight, or running up here tonight, I should say, for Boston. Actually, I don't think they are. I think with the way the winds were coming in, they'd be coming in from either the south or from the west. Sorry, email just came in. Ryan87 here for 9 months. Congratulations to the PPL. Better luck with the sniffles. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cheers. The sniffles will get better over time, that's for sure. All right, so we're coming up on Payo. After Payo, we can go down to 3,600. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel right now, I think, because it's crystal clear out. Seattle Center, 2027 Tango Sierra. We'll go ahead and cancel our IFR.
717 Tango Sierra, IFR cancellation receive, enable squawk VFR.
Okay, cancellation receive and VFR enable, 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see you in a few. Alright. 1200. And let's go to CTAF.
Aspen 76, San Francisco Tower, cross 21
228.
cross 21 right at Charlie.
Alright, where are we at now? We are coming up on Etori. At Etori, we'll be 11 miles out. So we'll make a traffic call once we get to Etori. Bump our nose down a little bit more here. We're definitely on the high side coming in. Start keeping an eye out for that runway, though. 757 Spy says, welcome to PPL Club. Real as much as fun as sim streaming. We can have a beer in the sim. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Real is about as much as fun as sim streaming. Oh, I got you, man. Yeah. Real flying is different, man. You got to pay attention a lot more. You got to, you know, you can't have a beer when you're flying a real airplane. So there's that. They both have their draws. They both have their fun times. Land some at Mount Washington. You know, if the winds are right, you might be able to do that, McShooty Pilot, because it gets pretty gnarly up there. But I do have ortho up in that area. It looks really nice. I did a stream once where I flew up there. I forget why. We were maybe doing an interview or something. Flying Mad, we'll see you, buddy. Have a good night. How'd you learn to talk to ATC? Been wanting to use PilotEdge VATSIM. No clue how to talk to ATC. Start simple. Start reading guides, watching YouTube videos, man. Go through the PilotEdge training program. Training.pilotedge.net. They'll tell you everything you need to know about how to fly online, or how to basically fly in the, you know, an environment. But, you know, real world aviation resources are perfect for even for the sim. You know, there's that's the kind of stuff. But yeah, the PilotEdge training program is probably the best way to get started, in my opinion. Comanche traffic, get a red and white twin Comanche, about 10 miles to south, inbound for runway 35, Comanche. Make our turn, we'll start looking for this airport out there. That's the beacon, that's the airport. Alright, I'm taking this plane. Get ourselves lined up for a nice straight in. Actually, we'll probably grab... Yeah, we'll probably just do straight in on this. Mr. Strawman, good to see you, Rick. Hope you're doing well. Things are going pretty well. We're coming here into Comanche Airport up in the Pacific Northwest. I am back from 2 weeks of trade shows and a little mini vacation with my wife up in Sonoma before the whole place burned to the ground. No airplane rental fees in the sim. That is definitely true. Take off from Twin Mountain, fly to Mount Washington. There you go. Mount Washington Regional is pretty cool. Like I said, Max and I, Max flew up there. I tagged along. Okay, props full. Props full, mixture's full. Lights are all good. Pumps are on because we were idiot didn't turn them off. That's fine. I still have no idea how to transfer fuel in this plane. I don't even know if it's necessary, but oh, you know, it might be down here. Uh-huh. Yeah, we're on the mains right now. Okay, that's how it works. I figured the fuel system out now. Watched a heap of YouTube videos. Mine are great, really good. Bellins did it on Fullerton, although Los Angeles Bravo into Whiteman into 206. Very good resources for seeing what to do. Exactly, yeah. I had to coach Matt through that particular video too. We had a good. I remember we chatted quite a bit about him trying to do doing that Fullerton flight, and it turned out really well. But yeah, watch a lot of YouTube stuff. I mean, look for stuff that Keith Smith has done. You know, obviously I'm going to be biased and say watch my videos. Comanche traffic, Twin Comanche, 5 miles to the south, planning runway 35, straight in, Comanche. What's the gear speed in this plane? I do not know. 150 miles per hour. Got it. Alright. 2 whites. Means we're high. Not the bow dude's kind of high. That sucker back. Get that nose down. Nobody else out here. 1 white, 1 red. There we go. My flat button is not working. I'm within the white arc, man. Like, what are you talking about? OMAC traffic. Got a Comanche, a twin Comanche, final Romy 35 OMAC. Put ourselves in the blue arc, or the blue line there. Okay, gears down 3 green. Flaps are down indicated. Props forward, mixture forward. Lights are set, traffic call's been made. Runway's in sight. We're landing. Still a little on the high side. It's alright. That can be fixed. Perfect. Look at that. I don't get paid to tell you how good catstrators videos are. Thanks, Mr. Benny. You gonna come fly with me, man? We're doing more out here. Next one should be good. Still a little on the high side. That's okay. We got plenty of runway to work with here. Gear, flaps, prop mixture. Floated. Maybe not the best landing. Do not like that flap lever. All right. Nice default airport here. Okay, strobes, landing lights can come off. Everything else can stay on. Fuel pumps can come off, actually. That is very pretty right there. Holy crap. In fact, that might be the shot. Yeah, that's the shot right there. At least for now it is. It's back to see. I don't actually have a I don't have any scenery here, so I don't really have a place to pull off. We'll come down here closer to where the FBO would actually be. Pull off, take a little break. Sterile cockpit, I'm sorry. Oh, Aussie Benny H is working, sorry, man. Happy to see that I'm not the only one that floats. Oh yeah, dude. Mine 1110. No, Mr. Chow, good to see you, man. I'm still on 1105 or whatever. I'll do 1110 here in a few weeks once they've had a chance to cook out some of the bugs. Hey Jay, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Rudy Isn't says the mountains look real. Yeah, dude, with the clouds in the distance like that, that's awesome. Absolutely stunning right there. They put back the missing ground effect in 1110, so you will float without ground effect. What will be in the next version? No idea. Alright, so we'll just pull off in this little fake area up here. There's a road. Why is there a road? Ah, I love GA so much. We're gonna be doing more GA, guys. For better or worse. All right, pull that out, and avionics off. Bring the props back. Bring the mixture back. Okay, that's off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And nav light off, taxi light off, leave the beacon light on because that's what we're supposed to do. And we'll go ahead and turn the master off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OMOC, wherever the hell this is. I don't even know what the local time is. Don't really care. That was cool. That was fun. I love this twin Comanche, guys. I really like this plane. So we're going to do another one here. I'm going to take a little quick break and then go use the boys' room, get some more water. And we're going to make our way out to Friday Harbor next. So Friday Harbor will be the next flight. We'll get everything filed and we'll take off out of here, grab our IFR up in the air. So see you guys in a few minutes. If you're taking off, thank you so much for joining me. If you're sticking around, we'll see you in about 5 minutes or so. Twos? Boston got updated numbers. Oh, I didn't even update my air rack. Oops. Overpowered Duffer says flare. I know, man. I know. You should find a way to fly over Mount St. Helens. I don't know where Mount St. Helens is. I don't think... I have no idea. I don't know where Mount St. Helens is, so we're gonna be flying over some stuff up here, though. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. Put some music on. Yeah. We need to build our own flight plan. The one that ForeFlight gave me was going to send me up into Canada, and that ain't going to work. We'll just fly VFR. Friday Harbor has no approaches. Holy crap. This is going to be a weird flight. There's basically no airways that go over there. There's no instrument approaches into Friday Harbor. I mean, realistically, we may just fly this VFR and pick up a flight following, and maybe fly IFR down to Portland next or something. That's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll just go VFR direct. Look out the window. Clear skies all the way over. Not a cloud in the sky. That's the plan. We'll get up to, we'll plan to get up to 10.5. So we'll take off out of here, sort of the southwest, get some altitude, and then head over there. I got a cough drop. Should find a KTTD. I don't know where KTTD is. This is gonna be a beautiful flight, beautiful leg, by the way. Oh my god, yeah. All right, get this sucker going. Hi, everybody, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, so there's no flight plan that really gets me over there. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous weather. So there's really no reason at all for me to pick up an IFR clearance. So the IFR clearance that it was suggesting to me, ForeFlight's never put one together, but the one it was suggesting, like, takes me up into Canada and then down through Canada, which means I'm going to lose ATC coverage, and it's going to put me in Canada, and who wants to go there? So we're just going to go VFR direct. There's no reason not to. There's 9,000 foot ceiling west of here. Scattered 7, overcast 9. So hooligan screaming outside my window. But yeah, we should be able to do that. So 10,005 is going to be our altitude. VFR direct. I'm actually going to look forward to that. It should be fun. Well, it can be maybe not very exciting, but get a chance to look out the window, do some sightseeing and whatnot. So let's come down here. We'll put people and gas in. Fuel in the mains. You know what? Let's take the tip tanks off for this one. So tip tanks can be removed because we definitely don't need those. And we don't really need fuel in the auxiliary, but we'll keep it there anyway. I can't believe this plane only holds 60 or 75, 80, 90 gallons. That seems kind of low for a plane like this, but hey, whatever. Are we in weight and balance? No, we're just out of weight and balance. Well, this guy's got to lose some weight. This guy's going to lose some weight too. There we go. Easiest way to shed weight is tell your passengers go take a dump. All right. That's off. That's off. Let's go ahead and make sure you're out. Clear prop. Get out of the way. Left, right mags. Bring the master on. Prop full forward. Mixture full forward. Crack the throttle a touch. Fuel pump right. Fuel pump left. I'm going to go ahead and start the right engine. Okay, oil pressure's coming up. That's good. Down to about 1,000 or so RPMs. That's good. Start the left engine. And oil pressure's coming up. Good. Okay, left, right, good. Taxi light on, beacons on, bring the nav light on. All those can stay where they're at. And avionics on. We got CTAP 22.8 up. We'll call 26.1 once we're up in the air. Let's do this. Let's go flight plan menu, delete flight plan. And then KFHR. EF. GH. QR. Direct. No. Direct. Go flight plan. And then direct there. Activate. Okay, that'll give us our line. We'll do direct again once we get up in the air, so. That's good, that's good. Good. Alright. Pull that mixture back so we don't foul the plugs. Park brakes off. Let's take a little bit of gas to get us moving here. Because we're in the grass, and X-Plane doesn't like when you're in the grass. To CYVR? Next up, multi-engine private add-on. There you go. Cindero's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Where's CYVR? Oh, Vancouver? No, we're not doing Vancouver. We'll do Vancouver another time. We're staying in the U.S. now. Did I miss the first flight? Jonathan Cordova, you did. It's alright, though. There's always a second flight. And probably the third flight, too. I think we're going to change the flight plan up a little bit. Probably do IFR from Friday Harbor down to Portland or something. Okay. Mixture full. The RPM to 2,000. 2,000 RPMs. It's a car. Observe the drop. Observe the drop. Good. Good. Prop lever. Props work. Back to full. Back to idle. Okay, here we go. Strobes, landing lights. Park brake can come off now. Lights. Camera. Action. OMAC traffic. Twin Comanche's taking off runway 35, planning for a left downwind departure, OMAC. Clear to the left. Clear to the right. Jay Brown, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Wish there was PilotEdge coverage in Chicago area. That would be pretty cool. Maybe down the road, but I think Keith has basically said Europe is next once they finish the PilotEdge expansion out here. Engines up, RPMs up, instruments in the green. Good. Airspeed's alive. Didn't set any flaps, but that's fine. Who needs flaps, right? Rotate. No runway left. You're up. What do we say? 130 for the cruise climb. My traffic, red twin Comanche, left crosswind, OMAC. See you. And on my traffic, twin Comanches left downwind, runway 35, departing here to the south, last call, OMAC. Alright, make this turn here. Keep climbing to the south. Nope, that's the gear. I'm gonna get my bugs synced up. Go heading mode. And pilot on. Keep that nose going up. Our props back to 2,500 now. Fuel pumps can come off. Everything else can stay on. Oh, I didn't close the cowl flaps last time either. Probably could have done that. I think we can probably do that now. We'll see if the cylinder head temps come up at all. How much they come up. Trying to cook the engines, but it's cool enough. We can probably run them a little hot. All right, let's head over to Seattle. It's gonna be you. Thinking about, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard, sir. Centric, welcome aboard. Missed the first flight. How's the bird fly? Pretty good, man. I like this plane. Where are you flying to? We're heading over to Friday Harbor, northwest of Seattle, up in Puget Sound, I think. Is it Puget Sound up there? No, it's the Strait of San Juan de Fuca. I guess Puget Sound is only down near Seattle. Oh, Sam Smart, I missed the news about P3D. No, I mean, the news about P3D is I'm looking at getting some P3D stuff going. Like, there's really no news about it, to be honest. Just I want to kind of spruce things up, change things up a bit. There's not been a lot happening on the X-Plane side of the world, so I'm kind of interested in some of the P3D products. I'm interested now that this sim is 64 bits, not having OOMs to worry about. I'm interested in the A320 that's going to come out for V4 eventually. The Q400's coming out for V4 at the end of the month. So yeah, I want to do some stuff with P3D. That's kind of what it comes down to. Oxbox here for 7 months. Oxbox, thank you very much for your continued support. Lucky number 70 says, cheers, hope all is well. It's going very well, man. Thank you very much. What are you looking to fly over to Lockheed Martin sim? Mostly the airliner stuff, to be honest. 717, I want to put some time in. The Q400 for V4 is coming out into the month. I want to fly, like I said, the A320 by FS Labs. I wouldn't mind actually flying some of the PMDG stuff because I've never actually flown the NGX. Believe it or not.
Major 395, San Francisco ground, join.
All right, we'll give him a call here in a second. Get our advisories. Just leave the mixture full for the climb. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717, Tango Sierra with a VFR request.
Over 717, Tango Sierra, Seattle Center, squawk 6164, Sarah request.
6164, one moment. Push the button. And Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra is looking for advisories over to Friday Harbor, Foxtrot Hotel Romeo at 10,500. And we are 5 miles southwest of Omak. Say what? Heathen. I know, right? That's alright. It's good to change it up. Try to keep it fresh.
Tango Sierra, radar contact 8 miles southwest of the Omak Airport. Omak altimeter 3014, and you said you're at Twin Comanche?
14 Twin Comanche, yeah, PA30 to 7 Tango Sierra.
Tango Sierra, right.
With PPL, he could get professional and be inside the EULA. He could. He's also a software developer and can get inside the EULA with the developer version. But I think that Lockheed has kind of proven that they don't really care. Like, they really don't care about their EULA. The fact that they were even at Flight SimCon really shows that they just don't care about the EULA anymore. And it's not like Dovetail can do anything to Lockheed. Like, what are they going to do? Is Dovetail going to sue Lockheed Martin? Yeah, probably not. This should be a very pretty flight. Once we get up to altitude here. Squawk VFR, no, man. I know. We have, I picked up advisories. That's why I went 6164. I just called the controller and got my advisories, so. And he told me to squawk 6164.
Target 646, Phoenix ground, runway 26, taxi via Charlie, Romeo, Bravo 13.
Just putting along nice and slow here. This plane don't do anything fast, I can tell. 130 knots over the ground. Or 124 knots over the ground. I didn't realize you'd already been given a squawk. Yeah, so he actually gave me the squawk before he asked for my request. Which, they do that sometimes. Yeah, no, I was sure to go VFR once we landed at OMAC. Been having fun with the Eclipse 550, but I missed the sound of props. I know, T-Craft. It's good to see you, buddy. T-Craft are the props are good. The props are good. And actually, this plane doesn't sound too bad. Definitely doesn't sound half bad. I'm looking forward to playing around with Russia's plane though, because that thing sounds delightful. Yeah, I mean, Dovetail's not gonna, like, the thing about it is, Dovetail and Lockheed aren't even targeting the same markets, right? Even if Lockheed is going for the simulation enthusiast, Dovetail's target is not us. Dovetail would love to sell a sim to us, but their target is not us. Their target are the people that are watching Air Force Proud. They're people, the people that are like lightly into simming that want to jump on multiplayer and crash their plane into a building. Like, that's who Dovetail is going after. Lockheed is going after guys that are enthusiasts, guys that are really trying to take it seriously and take it to the next level. So I would not anticipate that there would be a lot of friction there, because even if P3D is going for the entertainment side of things, they're still not targeting the same people that Dovetail are. That's my opinion, at least. But anybody have some bad luck today? Nah, dude. It's been a pretty good day. Whose plane sounds delightful? The Piper Cub that Alan is gonna, or that Aerosim Gaming is going to be releasing at some point in the near future. Just based on what I've seen on the streams. I haven't had a chance to fly yet, though. Vision Bite, good to see you. Dovetail's market is the Steam marketplace. Absolutely. And that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. We're going to do some Dovetail. I've got the Dovetail sent me a promo copy of Flight Sim World, so like, I'm going to go fly it at some point. And we're going to check it out, and it's going to be interesting. But you know, I won't do that for a Friday night stream. That would be like a Wednesday night or something. But yeah, I'm actually like, I think I like what Dovetail's doing. I really do like what Dovetail's doing. I think they've got their head in the right place. You know, there's a lot of hate and a lot of dissent one way or the other, saying, oh, Dovetail, DLC and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, like, you paid $35 to get better weather in your sim, okay? You paid money for this, you paid money for that. Like, people have paid money for trees and cloud textures and things like that. So, oh, hey. I see my connection has gone to poop. Twitch is being Twitch, guys. Twitch is being Twitch. It should pick itself up soon.
352, contact Denver Center.
Let me make sure it's not me. Nope, it's not me. It's Twitch.
352 Denver Center, radar contact 12 miles northwest of the Eagle Airport. Climb and maintain flight level 27.
But oh crap! I missed my altitude. Oops. Still enjoying the stream. All right, man. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. I'm having fun tonight. Just the kind of chill vibe of the GA stuff, especially doing a little VFR leg here. I know there's been a lot of GA lately with Alan's playing and whatnot, but I don't know. I still enjoy it once in a while. All right, so we had about 10 gallons per hour.
26 cleared for takeoff.
On each side is about what we had last time that peaked at the EGT. So let's see what kind of aggressive leaning we can get away with. Cowl flaps are closed. Cylinder head temps are fine. So I forgot to close the cowl flaps last time too, because, you know, I'm a real good pilot. So we're watching that EGT gauge right there and waiting for it to peak. It should peak somewhere at the top of the gauge. As if that makes any sense, right? Well, the gauge should hit its maximum at the top of the gauge, when there's no more gauge left to gauge. Gauge. There's peak. So there's peak. We'll go rich. We'll bring it down to pretty much down to that mark right there. Oh dear God. Please just go. Boom. It's good. Which put us at 8.9 or 8.8 this time. Go a little bit rich on that. Should be good right there. All right, we'll keep an eye on all of our temperatures. Temperatures are all good. Cylinder head temp is probably going to come up now, so we may have to add either add some more gas to it or pull the cowl flaps out a touch. Here we go. This is gonna be pretty. It's too bad Twitch is doing Twitch things. Switch to my 5.2 network signal. Yeah. Here's what we'll do. RC Flyer, it's good to see you. Alright, that should fix it. Of course, I lose all my hosts by doing that, but whatever. We'll live. Also off course now, too. Should get people popping back in, right? Hello, 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 hello. Take it easy, Aerosim. Have a nice night.
Connect Seattle Center 125.1.
125.1, 7 Tango Sierra.
Target 646, connect departure.
$25.1 right there.
Target 646, connect departure. Bracket 646, Phoenix Tower, contact Phoenix departure. Over.
Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra, 10,500.
Galler 352, contact Denver Center 133.67.
We're back! It worked! What kind of software developer are you? I actually don't develop software anymore. I've done software development in the past. I've worked with big enterprise applications. Now I am a marketing engineer. My job is literally to make YouTube videos for a company who does build software.
Seattle Center, Roger. The Seattle Tacoma altimeter is 3026.
26. So I've done development work in the past. I still do, you know, some stuff personally on the side and whatnot, but most of my work nowadays is supporting somebody else's product, for better or worse. We might have to dip up north of some of this stuff. So we have this bank of clouds right in front of us. We may need to go up and around, try to get around it. Yeah, dude, that's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's so pretty. I love flying up in the mountains, especially with that little bit of fog layer down there. A bit of like the foggy haze going on. Yeah. It's good. You can understand what you're advertising. Make sure the important parts are included. Oh, absolutely, man. Like it's huge. It's huge having a software development background and doing this kind of work. And I found it out especially at the trade show last week that I was at, because you can speak with the customers and you can also speak with your development team as well. But I have a really solid understanding of our product, what it does, what the goals are, like the problems that it solves and this and that. And it's been, you know, that's huge. Like, that's huge for being able to then try to translate that into a marketing sales pitch. What is my favorite plane? Jeff Tito, welcome aboard. I don't really have a favorite plane, to be honest. Whatever happened to be flying. So yeah, whatever I happen to be flying is my favorite plane, or riding in, or whatever. I don't really have a favorite plane though. I think it's kind of silly to limit yourself to. This is all I'm just gonna fly the NGX and that's it, like that kind of stuff. Like, nah. I missed the last minute. Do you code? I have coded. I don't code so much anymore, but I have coded. I did when I was in college. Did a lot of PHP work. SQL development has been my bread and butter for the last probably 10 years. And then various types of like ETL type of development work, which is less programming and more sort of logic. But I've also done Perl scripting. I've done, you know, PHP, lots of PHP scripting. I've done a little bit of C# work, and yeah.
Addons 360 backtrack.
You know, web development and stuff whenever I've had to, but I don't like web development.
American 646.
Not for me. Not for me at all. It's all right, man. I shot everybody out. What's the difference between college and university? In the United States, there isn't really one. Some places call themselves college, some places call themselves university. I think in the UK there's a difference. Like, college is where you go after high school, and then you go to university after that. But, like, my university has colleges within it. So the university is like the overall collection of everything, and then the individual colleges, like I went to the College of Technology. So the College of Technology is a part of that university, which I think has actually been renamed now, too, to something completely different.
American 646, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain, flight level 330.
Oh, dude, look at this, man. Holy crap. Well, aside from X and Viro sort of drawing this big hazy circle around me. Immersion! My immersion's broken! I broke it. They look pretty good, though. Yeah, Austin, I know. How much would it cost to get X-Plane running decently? I'm planning on getting a new PC in December. I want to know a decent enough for a good experience. Man, I don't know, dude. That's really a question of like trade-offs and what you're after. If you go to something like PC Part Picker, you want to spec yourself out a machine that probably has a GTX 1070 in it. You could get away with a 1060, but my recommendation would be a 1070. You want to put a machine that's got a nice, powerful i7. You could probably do an i5, but again, I'd suggest getting an i7, like an i7 7700 or whatever. But you'd probably like to get a machine running X-Plane really well. You're probably looking at about $1,000. The machine that I'm running right now is probably, if everything was new, would be about $1,500 worth of kit. So really, like, it's not stupid huge amount of money. Like, you can probably get away with like $600 or $700 to get yourself a new machine. But like the little bit of extra improvements go a long way with this sim. I want to be you. No, trust me, dude, you don't. 8700K is looking tempting with a new Z370 mobile. I haven't even looked at the new hardware coming up. I'm gonna be upgrading my PC probably next year. What's a butt?
Retard.
It's the thing you poop from. This you're all not found here for 4 months. Huzzah, cat the streamer. Salute from OWD. Thank you very much, you're all not found. Appreciate your continued support. Cheers.
Addons 360, Salt Lake City ground, push on hotel approved.
Hello from the Beverly Airport area. 1060 was 6 gigs of VRAM, 16 gigs of RAM, at least the lowest. I would go for X-Plane. Yeah, I mean, I would really not go for anything under it. Like, if you're going to put the money into it and you want to do something right, like a 1070 is what you want to get. We're going to fly these clouds, by the way. I don't care if I'm VFR or not. We'll make a federal violation here. Otherwise, I got to go, like, way the crap out here to the north. I don't necessarily want to do that. Got a laptop, i7 7700K, 16 gigs of RAM, 1070, costs about 1,500 American for a laptop. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, 30 to 50 is what I'm generally running, so we're probably running a little bit more right now, just because we're out in the sticks. Whereas if I'm in a densely populated area, I'm going to get less. But my target frame rate is like between 25 and 30 frames per second. Hey, all the clouds are gone. 25 to 30 frames per second in a densely populated area. Like, that's my target. That's my target frame rate. So if I get that, then I'm happy. Which usually means that when I'm out in the middle of the sticks like this, it tends to be a lot smoother and a lot better. How do you get autogates to work in X-Plane 11? The scenery has to support it. I used an R390 for X-Plane, but could not run it above medium settings at a 1077. Yeah, and I had an RX 480, which was good. Like, the RX 480 by Amazon, or by AMD, was a fantastic graphics card. But X-Plane's performance with it was maybe not the best. So, it was a good card, you could get a lot of oomph out of it, but I still felt like I was always, like, my frame rate was always quite limited when I was running it. X-Enviro, I'm back on X-Enviro now. So we're looking at X-Enviro at the moment. 1700X 1080 Ti, get anywhere from 30 to 90. Yep. Actually, Daedalus, you're one of the first people I know running a Ryzen. Not many people running the AMD CPUs. What are new non-GA planes you're looking forward to in the next couple months? There's only one I know of, and that's the 320 by Flight Factor. I don't even know what else is coming out, to be honest. Like, I know a couple of other planes that are in development that are like 6+ months out that I obviously can't talk about. But yeah, as far as like what's in the pipeline and what's been announced, like the 320 is basically it, as far as I know. There's really not a lot. There doesn't seem like there's going to be any big releases aside from that this holiday season. What was my method for studying for the PPL, seeing as I had a full-time job? I just took little bites at a time. So I read the airplane flying handbook. I read the pilot's handbook for aeronautical knowledge, and then I read through the FAR AIM. I took a bunch of practice tests, but I did it all in little bites. I did like an hour and a half at a time. I'd study a lot during my lunch hour. I'd study occasionally at home while my wife was watching TV, and I just little bitty itty bitty chunks at a time all the way through, and was able to get my studying done. That being, like, I'm a pretty good study. Like, I'm pretty good at like retaining and like ingesting and retaining material, so you know, your mileage may vary, sort of thing, but yeah, that was it for me. Tylenol with wings, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Cirrus Vision SF50 has a working GPS. Yes, it does. And in X-Plane 11.10, it has the new G1000 too. Yeah, dude, the AMD stuff is high on my list of things that I'm considering. Like, I would strongly consider getting a Threadripper for my main machine, just because of all the video editing work that I do here at home too. Where did I take my wife for first date? We went to a Mexican restaurant in Salem, Massachusetts. That's no longer there. Limited open beta for the A320 will only consist of about 100 to 200 people. After that, it will out. It is most anticipated X-Plane payware plane I've ever seen. I wonder how many minutes the open beta will be available before it sells out. Probably not for very long. I hope people understand what they're getting into when they're getting a beta product too. Like this, I can already see that there's going to be lots of salty people complaining because either they didn't get in the beta, or they got a copy of the beta product and it has issues. Like, oh, why did I pay so much money for this? Blah 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 blah. It's like, it's a beta product, man. Like, you gotta expect there's going to be problems. I'm not worried about it. We'll get it when we get it. You know, I imagine I'll get it probably around the time that it goes for the public, more public beta. But at the same time, if I don't get it till it comes out, then so be it. Like I don't really care. I got plenty of things to fly right now. And people complain about anything, right? Anything and everything. It will sell out. Oh yeah, it will sell out. Absolutely. The Quality Wing 787 is the most anticipated plane ever. Yeah, it kind of was, but at the same time, like, hang on. Oh boy, that one was painful. I'm crying now. Oh God, don't get sick, guys. Really don't get sick. The man flu sucks. So yeah, the 787 was probably one of the most anticipated planes. It's too bad that it came out FSX only. Because it's going to limit their audience so much. I hope they're making it a priority to get it out for P3D V4, that's for sure. Oh, crap, dude. Oh. We're getting better. We're getting better. I promise I'm on the upswing. This is crazy. Alpha Bacon's got to go, man. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Coast Pilot, good to see you. Supernova, good to see you. Yeah, the defaults are pretty good. What starter GA aircraft should I pick for X-Plane 11? Use the default 172, man. Or anything by Aerobasque or anything by vFlyteAir. If you want to go with payware. Like, this is vFlyteAir payware. It's a pretty good plane. All their stuff is really, really solid. Highly recommended. And Aerobasque is great. Like, Aerobasque has great little cockpits. Good systems and whatnot. Or not, well, not systems so much, but good glass on the Aerobasque stuff. You should take it easy tonight. Dude, I've been sick all week, though. I'm actually getting better. That's why we're just chilling with some GA stuff. Nice, easy night.
Gallon 352, roger, advise back.
Oh, man. All right, we'll do our flight over to Friday Harbor, see how things are. Decide from there if we want to keep going. If I keep going, we'll probably just go straight down to Portland and call that the last one of the night. This is live tonight. Anybody streaming? Brown bag code. Chris, good to see you, buddy. 10 months. Cheers. Chris, dude, I got my license. We gotta go up flying before your baby comes. When's your wife due, man? I want to get some flying in the next few weeks, so might be an opportunity to go see some pretty leaves or something. Nice big shot at Dayquil. Oh yeah. No, I just drink a lot of water. I don't really take too many drugs when I'm sick. I try to stay away from it. Like, I just had a cough drop, and I'll do some ibuprofen or whatnot for swelling and pain.
Around 934 right taxi.
But I generally try to stay away from that crap. Isn't there a rep for the default Cessna? I believe there is, yes. Baby is due on Wednesday. Oh yeah, no, dude, you're screwed. We'll get you up sometime in a couple of months here. Sorry, man. Early congratulations, though. Captain Bernal, good to see you. Or Cappy Bernal, happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Hope you're doing well. Did I get the flu shot? No, I should get the flu shot, though. That's on my list of things to go do. I guess it's that time of the year. Yeah, I always get a flu shot. They're free and they're downstairs, so there's no reason not to. Thankfully, what I have is not the flu. It's just a really bad cold. Passed to me by... God only knows how I got this thing. I had to go through the international terminal into San Francisco, so I probably caught it from some Asian tourist. That's my story, and that's what I'm gonna stick with today. Take my wife up with a $300 hamburger. Kind of, sorta. I mean, we flew down to New York City. The day I got my PPL, we flew down to White Plains, and that was a fairly, that was about a $350 trip, and we had more than just burgers down there. But yeah, I mean, we were gonna go Sunday, but I think the weather's gonna be kind of crappy Sunday morning, so we're gonna try to go up for probably a sunset flight on Wednesday. Just because I haven't flown it'll be 3 weeks on Sunday since the last time I flew, and I'm not comfortable with waiting. Like, I'm not comfortable with letting my skills degrade over that amount of time. Yeah, we'll get a flight scheduled for sure, Chris. It'll be a good time. Because you know what's going to happen, man. We're going to take you up there. You're going to say, man, this is awesome, and you're going to try to find a way to make it work. I promise that's what's going to happen. 164 knots. We must have one hell of a headwind right now. What are the winds aloft? The winds at 10,000 are quite strong. Between 15 and 20, they're about, yeah, the winds are like 25 knots. I would be going quite a bit faster if I could get lower. It's alright though. Excuse me, about 25 minutes out. Oh yeah, dude, it was super cold. Some places around us this morning had their first frost of the year. I'm close enough to the coast that we didn't have anything like that yet, but definitely has been nice and chilly here the last couple days. Which is quite the contrast, because I was actually running my air conditioner all the way up until like Monday. I'm trying not to have the sniffles in the microphone here. Get a flight. Oh yeah, where did that? If you go lower, you're going to be going 0 knots into a mountain. Yeah, no kidding. Controlled flight into terrain. We got a mountain pass coming up here. We could dip our altitude. I'll probably dip myself down to like 6,500 here in a moment. And once we get over this ridge right here, we can get down, because that pass, this is it for the mountains. We're basically already over the Cascades. We've flown over them all. Little magenta line flying. What's the dumbest fortune you've ever got from a fortune cookie? I might actually have a picture of that. Oh man, where the hell would that be? God, if I have a picture of a fortune cookie. I don't know which phone I took it with. Ah, it's right here. Let me find it. Oh no, where's it at? I saw the thumbnail. There it is. Oops. Why did it open with that? Now let's do this. Let's try this again. Don't save. Open with Windows Photos. Rotate. All right, dumbest fortune cookie right here. Now go to it. It's ready to be pick. It's ready to be pick. That's the name of the stream tonight. That would be the dumbest fortune cookie I've ever seen. That I've ever gotten, I should say.
American 646, Oliver Yankee Center, Roger. Calendar 352, Kanak Solnik Center 133.6.
37 in Norwood. I didn't even know what it got down to up here. It was cold. It was still nice and warm when I was in Boston last week. Yeah, it just got cold the last couple of days. It was definitely, like, last weekend was definitely still warm. You like Chinese food?
Gallon 352, Salt Lake City, roger.
Still waiting for one that says you will find true love on Flag Day. That'd be crazy, dude. I'm offended by the typo. Talking about your nose. It could be, actually, yeah. It's ready to now go to... Yeah, my nose is ready to be picked. I like that. I like that. That's good. Ancient Chinese proverb, the pick is important.
Delta 360, departure frequency.
Yeah, it's crazy.
5.5.
I don't know. You shouldn't make fun of bad English translations, but we're going to do it anyway, because why not?
Delta 360, flighting 340, running 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what the deal with the haze is down there. Like, that seems a little silly, but that's definitely an ex-Enviro thing. Low of 19 in Kansas City, 19 centigrade. Oh yeah, no. 19 centigrade's still pretty warm. DV Lurie, welcome aboard. Any update of the PPL? Done. Success. Finished. I've obtained. I've gone on vacation for 2 weeks and haven't flown pretty much since the day I got it. But here you go. There's the PPL shot. I think I posted that over to Twitter. But yeah, no, I was able to the day that it would have been 3 weeks ago when I was pretty sure the weather was going to screw me. The weather opened up just enough for me to get up there and take the test and whatnot. So all done. I was very happy to have it done. I've got some videos I'm going to put together for it, commemorating it or whatever soon. But yeah, we did that, and then my wife and I went down to White Plains for the evening. And when we got to White Plains, we of course saw the flight simulation's most famous Cirrus sitting here next to us. I was looking around, I'm saying, well, Max's plane has got to be here somewhere, and then here's my plane, which is, super nice, as you can tell. And then there's his plane, which is, really nice. And then the next day we got to the plane, and they had put it next to a couple of biz jets. So next to this guy here and next to this guy here, and it's like, dude, that's kind of awesome. Oops. Like that was such a neat sight walking out there and being like, because that's like a $25,000 plane, and those guys are definitely a little bit more expensive. It's a Cherokee 180, 1966 Cherokee 180. That's basically an Archer. Same idea, just a little. It predates the Archer by a little bit. All right, let's start doing some descents here. Let's get ourselves down. We'll get down to 6,500 feet because we might get some more favorable winds down there. So to do that, we're going to turn off of alt mode, and we're just going to push the button to pitch it down a little bit. Put my mixture forward. Was that an Xbox controller plushie? Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, so one of the shows I went to, it's a throw pillow. So one of the shows that I went to was Microsoft Ignite, and so Microsoft had their company store open that just had a bunch of Microsoft branded stuff. But this throw pillow was one of the things that was there, and I was like, I have to have that. So yeah, I can't grab it right now because of my cables, my headphone cables and whatnot. But it's sitting on the futon behind me.
Delta 360.
That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Can you zoom in on Cirrus Max's plane? Yeah, we can. Let me find a picture again.
Delta 360, solid
my wife
departure,
made me take a selfie.
Common maintain flight level 190.
I don't really do selfies. What do you want to know about Max's plane? It haunts us, right? There you go.
Delta 360 negative, just fly heading 340.
I love this Cherokee. It's so much fun to fly. It really is. Timo, good to see you, man. Gonna go for more ratings. Yeah, I'm gonna go for my instrument rating at some point. Probably start working on the instrument stuff next year. Like I want to at least get my cross country time in before I start doing the actual instrument time. Because what I might end up doing with the instrument stuff is truly like I might just go try to find an accelerated course and get it done. But they've got to do some work ahead of time. Yeah, I would be a little nervous about him being shoehorned. It actually looked a lot closer than they were. There was still plenty of spacing there. Hey, speaking of Max, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Max, you gonna be on TeamSpeak later? You gonna be around tonight? Yeah, I would be a little more concerned about them shoehorning the planes in like that, but like they were pretty well chalked up, you know, and there was a lot more space than it appeared between those planes. But my wife got it. Oh, let me do this. My wife got a picture of me walking towards the
360
plane.
affirmative.
Right here. So she got this really sweet picture of me walking towards the plane. Now I'm still working on teaching my wife to use landscape mode when taking a picture, because she insists on taking everything in portrait mode. But yeah, no, like that's a really freaking cool shot, I think. I dig it.
Delta 360 resume on navigation direct Fairfield.
All right, we're descending 8,000 now, heading out to 6,500. On our way down for Friday Harbor. Got to get your plane in here. Let's see what you got there, Chris. I don't know where that's at, but it looks pretty sweet. I'll have somebody hangar the plane just for giggles one day. Max makes everybody hangar his plane whenever he travels, but yeah. Vertical video syndrome. I know, man. I know. She always takes in portrait mode, and it's like, don't do that. Oh, Millionaire at Las Vegas. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure the Cherokee 180 is going to go to Millionaire at Las Vegas. I'm guessing Max's plane was out there though. Max, did you guys go to Millionaire when you were out in Vegas? Or did you do Atlantic? No, there is no Millionaire at Vegas. There you go. I think it's just like Atlantic out there, right? I actually have no idea. RC Flyer says RC Pile Up. Dude, you almost got me in trouble, by the way. We were in here talking about RC planes that one night. I think it was like about a month ago, and my wife happened to overhear, and she's like, "You're not going to start spending money on that, are you?" And I'm like, "No, not at all, dear. Don't worry about it." Look like a fighter pilot in that picture. Damn straight, yeah. That's what we're going for. Chris, you flew a plane out there? Like when were you up in a plane out there? Did you guys do a tour or something? Is Millionaire maybe at North Las Vegas? Or maybe Henderson? No, Henderson's definitely not Millionaire. 6,500. Back in alt mode, we'll hold this. I'm a little worried about that cloud deck up there. Friday Harbor weather is reporting clear skies. So we should be okay. Seattle way off our left wing here. We can see it. Close. That might be lights for Seattle. Definitely way up here. Well, I'm curious now. Let's see. Oh, Corporate Flight International, McCarran. Got it. Brown Bag Code doing all the fancy stuff. Next time you're in the West, you can fly one of my RC birds. Just don't tell your wife. Hey, I'll fly it, man. Computer flying. Good to see you, dude. I can fly. She just doesn't want me to buy it. I want to do my. I do want to do my drone add-on though. I got to get that going here in a little bit. I think it's really just an endorsement type of thing. I don't even know if I have to take a test for it. McCarran is Atlantic. Henderson has Henderson Executive. Okay. Recently released RC plane looks a lot like Max's. A little bit, yeah. That's definitely a Cirrus design right there. Like that is definitely a Cirrus plane. Magical Adventure, my dad got free tickets for. Oh, flew from Vegas to Cali for Dodgers. Or yeah, that's right. You were talking about that. Okay, I remember that, Chris. All right, let's get ourselves down to 3,000 feet now. We got that cloud bank ahead of us. All right, alt mode off. Pitch the nose back down here a bit. So we are coming up on the islands and whatnot. So we got to start looking for our airport too. We're only 20 miles out, 25 miles out. Probably should try to stay out of this Charlie airspace just south of me. I don't have to, but I should probably just do it. Get a micro RC plane, $99 ready to fly. I have this helicopter. Wait, hang on. Let me cover one of the letters so that nobody knows what it says. It actually flies pretty well. Where are you heading after Friday Harbor? I think we're gonna probably fly down to Portland, Oregon. But I don't know. I may just hop over to Seattle. We'll see what happens once we get on the ground. This is ex-enviro weather. That would be an actual, yes, that would be an actual flying one of those, Ernie, yeah. FHR to PWM. Yeah, no kidding. That would be a long flight. RC plane scared the crap out of me. Lost my drone in a stupid way once. Since then, I'm terrified to take anything up in the air. It says yuck. Yes, it does. Yep, that's what it says. Yep, it says fusee. Oh no! We're in the clouds of VFR. Uh-oh. Call the FAA. We can't do that. Nobody's gonna see us. Captain Boeing, good to see you, man. We're flying. We're having a good night here. It's been a super chill evening. Now we're flying VFR in the clouds. Trying to get myself down out of the clouds. Started my descent maybe a little bit late. Should hit the airport right in this area. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche, 7 Tango Sierra. We'll go ahead and cancel advisories.
Number 7 Tango Sierra, roger. Not traffic observed between the Friday Harbor Airport. There are service terminated. Squawk VFR frequency change approved.
VFR frequency change approved. 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see you in a few. All right, Friday Harbor. 128.25. CTAF. Start listening in. Give them a call here soon. Okay, there's 3,000. Get ourselves down about 2,500 feet or so. Probably arrest that descent a touch too. Get ourselves the normal human being rate of descent. Tell the FAA to yuck off. You flew VFR in the clouds. It's cool. We're fine. Oh, that's right, Chris. You got a house. Send me a PM, man. I forget where your house was at. I won't make you say it in chat. If you had to sit on one plane for the rest of your life, what would it be? Probably a 777 or an A380. Or a 747 or an A380 on the top deck in some sort of extended legroom seat. I don't want to be stuck on a plane. Ever. I'm not very comfortable when I'm on airplanes. Boop. Sort of near a highway. Feel my ears popping at the rate of this. Yeah, you do. 12 o'clock, Sinclair Island, and right up ahead are Orcas and Shaw Islands, to name a few. Nice. Yeah, I don't know this area all that well. And apparently I don't have ortho up here. Do I? Oh, maybe I do. Either way, there's Friday Harbor. Should be the field right there. Let's grab the weather. 330 at 310 miles, clear skies, 3030. Okay, so 3030. And field elevation's 100 feet. Friday Harbor traffic, you got twin Comanche 7 miles to the east, gonna overfly the field at 2,000 feet, and we're gonna enter the left downwind for runway 34, Friday Harbor. Alright, alt mode off. Get ourselves down 2,000 feet now. Set this. Can I set this? No, it's stuck. Good if I do it that way. Actually, no, I can like do GPS, put it into OBS mode, set that for 340. Oh dear God. Please go faster. Please go faster. Please go faster. Nope, there it just went faster. 340 right there. All right. My airplane. Oh, we're low. Alright, where's it at? There it is. There's a control tower. I don't know why it's got a control tower, but there's a control tower. Friday Harbor traffic, twin Comanche overflying midfield 2000. Enter the left downwind runway 34. Friday Harbor. So our pattern altitude is going to be 1,600 feet, so we'll come out here and make a right 270 to descend down to 1,600, and then enter our left downwind. Take the speed back. Okay, let's go. Fuel pumps on. Lights are good. Let's pull our cowl flaps out too. Some cooling on those engines. And there's the runway right there. So we'll start our descent. Right, standard rate turn. It's my altitude. Field here in a moment. Might be a little bit close to it, but that's okay. We can adjust. Should get the field in a moment. Oh, we're like right over top of it. Whoops. Screwed that up. My bad. I should have gone a little further before I started my turn. Friday Harbor traffic, Twin Comanche, left downwind runway 34, Friday Harbor. Power back. Gear down. Lots and lots and lots of trim. Just gonna go ahead and go flaps full right now. These flaps are kind of a pain in the butt. Now that is a piss poor pattern, if I do say so. It's alright though, we can fix it. And around we go. Friday Harbor traffic, Twin Comanche, base to final, runway 34, Friday Harbor.
Reach on,
Yeah,
reach on.
no kidding. Big Red, thanks for the 6 months, Ben. Cheers. I appreciate the continued support. Even on days where I fly like this. Especially on days where I fly like this. Where's the damn run? Oh, crap. It's okay, we can salvage this. Ah, we got this, no problem. Alright, gear 3 green, flaps down indicated, lights set, runways in sight, no clearance to receive, no traffic in the way. Get ourselves out of that slip. Oh boy. Oh, got the third wire on that one. Yeah. Everything about that, everything about the approach and landing was terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. Oh well. It's a sim. I blame the fact that I can't turn my head and see. Okay. We'll bring ourselves up over this way. We'll go to the trans. The trans gate. Taxi light, strobe light, taxi light, fuel pumps. Customs, we don't need customs. Just come on over here, in front of administration. Benny says my anus went through my larynx. Val, dudes, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Farmer Medic, welcome aboard. You guys came in at just the right time. Replace pants and tires. Yeah, no kidding. Come on, keep turning. Keep turning. There we go. Alright, pull that parking brake. And avionics off. Mixture. Props. Mags. Master. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, we made it. That was... I don't actually think I'm supposed to park here, but whatever. It's my spot now, damn it. That was a terrible approach. That was a even worse landing. Where did it all go wrong here? Oh, it went wrong because I misjudged the turn completely. Like I shouldn't have started the turn until I got further out. And then by the time I came out here, I should have gone a little bit further on my downwind. And yes, so I should not have started my turn for probably another half mile or so. And that's where it all started to went poopy. But I think the clouds, I think there may have been some wind that pushed me as well. That's a pretty decent turn though. McShiggity Pilot, thanks. Take it easy, man. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, 4 minutes been here since the start. Okay. Sorry, dude. I haven't seen you say anything for a while. Leo United, are you using a keyboard to control the plane? I may as well be, right? No, I have a Cytec X55. Okay. So, what can we do? Flying down to Portland's going to take a while. So I'm not sure I want to do that. The original plan was to go to Portland, but the original plan was to go somewhere else and then go to Portland. But that's going to take like another hour and a half. I don't really have that kind of time. So we could go to Seattle. We could do an ILS approach into Seattle and call it a night there. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do Friday Harbor to Seattle. 7 nautical miles. That'll be fine. And they'll have some vectoring and all that. So let's do on the 4 flights here. Clear all. All right. KFHR, KSEA. Let's see if it gives me a route. It does. Piston 5000. That one, or just file that one. Jobbin low fall. We'll say 5,000. Select that. Flight of Barrow, Alaska. Yeah, I don't think so. November 717 Tango Sierra, PA 30 Slant Golf. About 150. Actually, we're doing a little bit more than that. We're doing closer to like 165. I think 170 true is about what we're doing. KFHR, find out a KC at 5,000 feet. Good there, good there. We're going to file Jawbone to low foul. File that. And if we go to, let's see, let's get rid of all this. Add plate, FHR, airport diagram, add Seattle airport diagram. And then we're going to go to airports. Nope, not you. Airports. This data has expired. Okay. Don't care. So download the latest data. You're on the freaking Wi-Fi. You can do that. Frequencies. Departure. Whidbey. 18.2. I don't think 18.2 is simulated. We'll tune into 18.2 and see if it comes up. All right, let's put that away. We're just going to start the plane back up. We've got plenty of gas in the tank, so we don't need to refuel or anything. So we'll get the sucker going and get ourselves down there. So props forward, mixture forward. Master switch can come on. Left, right, magneto. Left, right, magneto. Fuel pumps. 1, 2. Parking brake is out. Clear prop. Turn the taxi light off. The rest of the lights are good. And we'll start engine number, right engine. Oh yeah, right. Throttle. Okay, oil pressure's good. I know to turn on the Avionics before the flight. Yeah, left engine. Okay, 2 good engines. Oil pressure's up on both. Oil temp's coming up. Everything else looks good. Green, green, green. Alternator's on. Putting the Avionics on. Taxi light. Everything else can stay off. Bring the mixture back a touch there. One good thing about the landing is it would help to dislodge any phlegm. Yes, that is correct. Dan in Vermont, good to see you, man. You didn't miss everything. Nope, we're doing... I changed the flight up. I was going to do more, but now I'm doing less. We're doing one more flight up to Seattle, and then calling it a night there. Yeah, dude, this airplane's really, really good. Like, this is kind of the... one of the more underrated planes, if you ask me. Like, this thing came out last year. I think it's a really, really good plane, and I think it didn't quite get the airtime that it deserved. Because, like, I love vFlyteAir's products. I think all the stuff they've done has been pretty good. So let's see if we actually get picked up here. (18.2) is binding to San Francisco, so I need to find Seattle Center here. Let's just do World High, Whidbey Island. It's going to be 34.95. So 34.95. Yeah, we'll see if we hear anybody. Yeah, Seattle. Okay, that picks me up there. Good. Might have to buy it. It's a good plane, dude. Like, this is a plane that I think even Aerosim Gaming didn't have a lot of bad things to say about it, and that's pretty remarkable. All things considered, because Alan generally is very ferocious on airplanes. So we'll get up here to the end of the taxiway. We'll do our run up, and then we will call Seattle Center up and get our clearance down to Seattle. How long do you think it'll take for Laminar to add a G1000 to X-Plane Mobile? Oh, I have no idea. They already put the 530, the 430, and the airliner FMC in it. I didn't even know that was in there, to be honest. Yeah, I'm buying pedals in a yoke right now. Best one, go. Pedals, MFG Crosswind. And yoke, Yoko the yoke. Easy. Also, almost $2,000 worth of kit. But those are the best. I use a set of Cytec ProFlight rudder pedals, and they're fine. And I don't use a yoke. I don't think yokes are necessary in the sim. I use a joystick, but I know a lot of people use the Cytec stuff and are reasonably happy with it. Ourselves over here. Ourselves in the run-up area. Not that it really matters, because I'm not sure you can fit a plane past us anyway right now. But I feel better about myself, at least. Park brake. Alright. Let's go. Mixture full. Props full. (2,000 RPMs. Left mag, got the drop. Right mag, got the drop. Left mag, got a bigger drop. Right mag, got a bigger drop. And we'll cycle the props. Okay, back to idle. Good. Head up. Alright, so we're going to call Seattle Center. We're going to be on the ground Friday Harbor. I'm looking for IFR to Seattle. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra's on the ground, Friday Harbor, IFR to Seattle.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Seattle Center, stand by.
Stand by, he says. CLS yoke over Yoko. I haven't seen the CLS yoke. The Yoko is what I hear everybody recommend, though. Zebo's doing a G1000 mod for the Super Cub. For Alan's Super Cub? That'd be hilarious if they did.
November 717 Tango Sierra, cleared the Seattle airport. As filed, maintain 5000, departure frequency 134.905, squawk 6365, hold for release.
Okay, clear to Seattle as filed, 5,000 on departure, 134.905, 6365, hold for release, 7 Tango Sierra.
November 7 Tango Sierra, read that correct, advise ready for departure.
We'll go. Alright, let's get this flight plan punched in here, out of OBS. FHR can stay in, that's fine. Up next is going to be Jawbone. Back. Back, I say. Come on, I've never had problems using this thing. J-A-W B-N. And then after that comes Lowfall, L-O-F-A-L. L. O.
November 172 Golf Charlie Aspen Tower, wind variable at 6, runway 33 at Alpha 7, curve takeoff.
L. And then Seattle. Oops.
Delta 360, connect Denver, approach 119.7.
Okay, good to go there. Flaps are set. All flaps. Those are good, those are good, those are good. Lights. We'll go pitot on because we might need it this time. Go to 5,000 feet. We'll depart off the left downwind, and then we'll turn towards Jawbone.
Delta 360, Denver approach, expect ILS, runway 11 approach.
3495 is the frequency that we're on. Great. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra is ready for release, Friday Harbor.
November 717 Tango Sierra, released for departure. Clearance void if not off in 5 minutes. If not off in 5, advise on this frequency, no later than 7 minutes of your intentions.
Okay, cleared for departure. Clearance void 5 minutes from now, 7 Tango Sierra.
Delta 360 to set a maintain 9,000.
Friday Harbor traffic, Twin Comanche departing runway 34, left crosswind departure, Friday Harbor. Clear to the right. Clear to the left. Lights! Camera. Whoops. 6365. Camera. And action. Good, good, good. 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 Let's go flying. Green across the board. Airspeed's coming up. Rotation. Plane takes off a lot better when you get the flaps out. And negative runway gear. Flaps aren't working once again. Not sure why my button keeps breaking. 700 feet, we'll make the turn. Friday Harbor traffic. Twin Comanche, left cross runway 34, Friday Harbor. We'll stay left crosswind until we get up to 1,700 feet. Or 1,600 feet, I should say, then we'll make our downwind. There's a cruise climb right there, 130. A little bit of bumps coming out of here. Friday Harbor traffic, Twin Comanche, left downwind, runway 34, departing to the south. Last call, Friday Harbor. Okay, we'll climb out on this for just a little bit here. I'm gonna sync my bugs up. Pull the autopilot on, bring the nose up. And for that 130 mile per hour mark there. And props can come back to 2500. Taxi lights can come off. Or they can stay on, that's fine too. There we go. Fuel pumps off. Good, good, good. Good, good. After takeoff, sure, it's fine. Okay, so let's go direct, jawbone, enter. And then we will go to nav mode. That should turn us in.
November 804, Juliet, Phoenix, clearance, clearly Van Nuys report, ISO 6 departure, harbor transition, then asphalt, climb via SID, squawk 6455.
Piece of cake, right? Nothing to it. Give him a second on that readback, and we'll give him a call. There's 4,000, 2,000 to go.
November 04, Juliet, readback, correct?
Why do the sounds get all quiet when you look left? Probably because the engine is like, all the engine-y bits are on your right side here. So there's nothing on your left side making noise, remember. The engine's up here, and it's over there. Seattle Center, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra is 3 miles southeast or southwest Friday Harbor, 4,400 for 5,000.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Seattle Center, radar contact.
Up we go. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when you think about the way that the engine's planted, there's nothing here that's making noise. It's all up here. I think even the exhaust is up there too. We can look outside here in a second though, once I get to 5,000. Just coming up on 5. And boom. Alt mode. Cowl flaps in. See if we can get away with bringing the cowl flaps in. Not going to be able to do a lot of leaning here. Pretty much just lean it back to about 10 on each side. And we'll keep an eye on the temps. Should be okay there. All right. Am I a real pilot? I am. I got my PPL 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so if you think about this, yeah, here, so the exhaust is coming out the bottom here, so you're not really going to hear that. But even that is ahead of the wing. So the entire engine and the exhaust is all ahead of the wing, which is actually ahead of where your head's going to be. So that's why you're hearing it off of your right ear primarily when you turn like that. That's what I'm gonna go with. Wouldn't your right ear be facing the sound? It's coming out. That's coming out of the right side. If you're hearing that off of the left side, then your audio is backwards, because I'm pointing to the ear that it's coming off of. Okay. And my webcam is reversed, but that's my right ear. How does it work? I don't know. There's like left, looks like an L. I never understood that. I just had it.
Delta 360 connect.
When I was younger, I always had to picture Super Nintendo controllers to figure out left versus right. No creepy passengers in this flight. They are on the flight. We just have them turned off. You can do that through this option right here. Oh yes, the creepy passengers are here, especially her. Like, that's probably like one of the developer's wives or something.
Delta 360 Grand Junction.
And I should feel bad for making fun of it, but...
runway 11, clear to land.
Yeah. Blink. Please blink. Please blink. Something. Anything. Show an expression. Nope. We're staring into sadness, angst, and despair. There's nothing left. Her soul is gone. All she wanted to do was fly airplanes, and now she's stuck in this Comanche for the rest of her life. Alright, enough of that. We could just take her out of the plane completely. Hide the passengers. This year on out found says, just came back from making dinner to absolute terror.
Southwest 1652, Denver, currents clear to the Salt Airport. Foot 3 departure, Kremlin VOR, then as filed. Climb via
MC Haney, thanks, man. Or McHaney, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Happy Friday, by the way. Daddy VZ, welcome aboard. Glocky, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. Matt Davies is working on an A380. He is. Is it for X-Plane or is it for P3D?
Southwest 1652.
Matt 1987 says, have you thought about buying a 172 or 182? I've thought about it plenty. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but I've definitely thought about it. I was across the road from Sanford Airport yesterday. I was thinking about you getting your PPL. Nice, dude. Did you stop at the diner there? I've been through Sanford on the car a few times. I'm gonna fly up there at some point for breakfast, because apparently that's a thing you do around here. N1 Toga, welcome aboard. VFR in Europe seems to be easy peasy, and in the US it seems to me to be pretty difficult in the US. Can you help me with that or give me a helpful tutorial? Check out the PilotEdge training stuff for the CAT program. Honestly, VFR is not that bad in the US. We're departing IFR right now, so we're actually not flying VFR at the moment. We flew VFR over to Friday Harbor, and it was nothing to it. Like, you literally just called up and said, hey, I want a flight following. You don't even have to do that. But I would check out the PilotEdge training program, check out the CAT ratings, and they got a pretty good primer for all things VFR. A really good primer, actually. Startup div called RSA, supposedly making an A340 for X-Plane 11. Have you heard of it? I have not. Jar Design was working on an A340 at one point. What is 75% power, by the way? 2,500 RPM to 25 inches. Oh. Supposed to pull back to 25 inches? Nah, dude, we're on rental power. Screw that. Rental power! Yeah. Scarabus driver, good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. I've had a bit of a cold, been away for a couple of weeks, but we're here, and we've been flying uncoordinated.
Charlie, connect Denver Center 125.35.
Nothing a little rudder trim can't fix. But doing pretty well. Just kind of chilling tonight, doing a little VFR, little GA stuff. This beautiful vFlyteAir twin Comanche. Love this plane. It's really cool. Oh, hello. If the tip tanks are gone and you look in from the side, that must just be because of where my camera was. Yeah, it's because of where my camera was at. Good to know. Ghost plane. Rental power equal GA afterburner. Hell yeah. Aviation mechanic, good to see you, man. I'm definitely feeling 100% better than what I've been. I was in pretty bad shape earlier this week. Trust me. When I flew back from
November 17 Gold Charlie Denver Center Roger.
When I flew back from
3013, advise you have step weather.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, when I flew back from San Francisco, it was bad. It was really, really, really bad. But things are much better now. Coming up on, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do Portland. Portland would have been like an hour and a half long flight or more. This is already going to be almost a half an hour. This plane's maybe not as fast as I thought it was going to be. Although we're doing 175 over the ground right now, so it's not that bad. Not even sure my true is. What's the temp outside? -4. So it's right around there. About right there. So we're doing about 180, 185 or so true. 182 miles per hour, that is. 182 mph in KTS. That actually doesn't seem right. That's probably knots right there. Like that, maybe that true airspeed's in knots. Because that really doesn't seem correct to me. I don't know. We're trucking along. 173 knots, so that's probably not too far off. A little bit of a headwind, maybe. I don't know.
Comanche 7,
all I did was pass the test. I didn't claim to actually know what I was talking about. Been off work last couple with the flu. That sucks, dude. Been flying Alan's Super Cub. Nice, dude. Rocks the Riverbank landings in Bella Cola. I'm gonna get the Super Cub out. We'll probably have that out here in a couple weeks.
Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra, connect Seattle approach 125.256.
125.6 7 Tango Sierra. That's not the right one. 25. 25. 0.6. There we go. Let's grab the weather. 0103, Tim off visibility scattered 3900, scattered 7009 Celsius, altimeter 3032. Seattle approach, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra 5000 with the Seattle weather.
November 717 Tango Sierra, Seattle approach, expect visual approach, runway 34 left.
Yeah, we'll expect that, 7 Tango Sierra. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to flying Alan's Super Cub. Like that's, I'm actually kind of excited to get the thing up in the air. I need to see if they got my account flagged for it yet. JTB, good to see you. He's been around for a while. I've definitely heard him. You're on +4, not -4. Oh. Am I? I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference, though. That has to be knots. Like that. Whoa! Totally didn't expect that to happen. Oh my god, there's a click spot. Oh. What else has a click spot? Is Jeff hosting this? He was earlier, but then I had to reset the stream, so maybe not now. What do the blue and red lines mean on the airspeed indicator on twins? Good question. The blue indicator is your single engine. Basically your single engine climb speed, or your single engine cruise speed. I don't know. That's where you want to fly single engine. And I think that might be like single engine. You're gonna stall this plane speed. I don't know what that red line means, but the blue one is like single engine. It's significant. I'm new. What does it mean to host a stream? What it means is that other people can host a stream, and it's sort of like them giving publicity to a streamer. So when we're done, I'll host somebody, and their stream will show up on my channel. Everything about them will show up on my channel, and you'll be able to go watch them instead of watching me. So anybody who's following me can see that person as well. So like we'll probably go watch Aerosim Gaming because it looks like he's going to be live, and go from there. I'd host the Sky Lounge, but Edson's probably going to leave. He usually finishes about the same time that I do. That moment when the acid kicks in. Yeah, no kidding. Oh. If you really zoom in on it, it's going to be good. Yes. Oh, yeah. Put the not safe for work flag on this one. Oh, it's probably a good thing we're calling it with this one. Where am I flying to? I'm going to I'm going to Seattle right now.
Phoenix ground on a 25 left. Hotel 7.
J-Row, good to see you. Happy Friday.
Via hotel.
Min speed that you have rudder authority on one engine. Single engine failure below that red. Got it. Single engine failure below the red speed, you're screwed. So below the red speed, you're not getting out of here, and then that's rudder. The blue line is rudder authority for single engine. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Ben. Keep going, I'm close. you sir are gonna have to wait. Is the gauge able to be exported to another screen? No, that's actually like you can't actually drag that around. It brings it out and puts it into a static location. There are add-ons out there that let you have a separate set of gauges on another screen that work universally with basically every X-plane plane, but that one is not one of those. Blue line, best climb, single engine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now to clarify what Ben said here, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Single engine climb speed on the blue line and rudder authority on the red line. Single engine rudder authority. Got it. Look, we learn something new every day. Thank you, sir. My favorite resident Aussie with the best accent ever. Most RC plane twins can't fly with one engine. If an engine goes out, all you do is land and bring back a pile of sticks. Fair enough. Oh, man. So, I'm going to play golf tomorrow, and I played once this year, not at all with my clubs. It's going to be bad. It's a tough course, too. And then we're going to a cookout and drinking afterwards. I was hoping to go flying on Sunday, but the weather looks poopy. So I don't think we're going to fly Sunday, but then we're going to a child's birthday party on Sunday. So let's see what Windy's saying. By the way, if you guys never use Windy TV, oh my god, it's so good. So within Windy, you can set a cloud base. So you have these additional or more layers that you can pop in here. So you can set the cloud base. Watch this. You pull the cloud base up. It's actually color-coded based on VFR, IFR, whatnot conditions. So green means that there's a ceiling and it's a VFR ceiling. Blue means that there's a ceiling and it's marginal. Red means that it's IFR, and pink means that it's low IFR, right? The cool thing about this is that we can go in the future. So let's say I want to fly it Sunday at 8 o'clock. Well, Sunday 8 o'clock, there's a lot of fog coming in. And this isn't 100% accurate, but it's pretty good. It's using a bunch of, it's interpolating a couple different, forecasting methods. So Sunday at 9 looks bad. Sunday at 11 is looking better. Sunday at 4 o'clock is fine. So, and this is all local time for me too. So I don't think we're going to go flying, because Sunday at 11 is when we were planning on going. I don't think we're going to go flying Sunday at 11. Just because of the way the wind's blowing and the fact that they're calling for, marginal to IFR conditions. And even the TAF, when you read up on the long-term weather discussion, says basically the same thing. But Wednesday night, yeah, that looks good Wednesday night. That's when we're going to go out, I think. But yeah, this tool, Windy TV, is amazing. I have this app on my iPhone. I use this sort of as a preliminary, what's the weather going to look like sort of thing. We could probably go up and fly tomorrow if we wanted to, but you can see the conditions are, there's going to be ceilings out there. There's going to be some lower areas and whatnot, and there's some marginal conditions that are moving in.
7 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 2000.
2000, 7 Tango Sierra. Really neat tool. Works all over the world too, if I recall. John Fly, good to see you, buddy. Welcome back. Durka, thanks for the host. Gonna play golf with John Fly. If he comes out here, I'll play golf with him. But no, I'm playing with my brother-in-law, some of the family. Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool, Delta Mike Romeo. It's good to see you, man, by the way. Super neat little site.
Remember 804 Juliet Phoenix Tower.
I forget what runway he told me to expect. Take it easy, Mike. We'll see you later. right before we get to the landing, man.
Skywest 1809.
What's my favorite action or my favorite aviation movie? I don't really have one. Airplane. That's the cop-out answer, right?
Clear to the Colorado Springs Airport.
How accurate is Windy? It's pretty good. Like, it's not
Links
super accurate, but it's usually pretty good. I mean, nothing is super accurate. The best you can do is look at the TAFs and kind of go from there. But Windy does a pretty good job of guessing or figuring it out based on the forecast models. One of many tools to use when looking at the weather. I need a good aviation book that would be good on audiobook. John Fly, check out Stick and Rudder. Like, are you looking for like an action aviation book, or are you looking for like informational? If you're looking for informational, Stick and Rudder is the way to go. If you're looking for something like, you know, an action movie type of book, I have no idea. Is Windy real life for the game? It's real life, man. It's real weather. I mean, I suppose you could use it with the sim as well, but it's a real world tool. Yeah, Stick and Rudder's pretty good. Like, I read Stick and Rudder. I felt like I got a really good understanding of things because of Stick and Rudder. Like, it made me really understand, you know, how and why airplanes fly. Snakes on a Plane, the book. There you go.
Twin Comanche
there it is.
7 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 160.
Right, 160, 7 Tango Sierra. All right, there's that. Put this in heading mode.
Phenom 4 Juliet, connect departure.
So we got 800 feet to go. Turning to 160. Apologize for the sniffles. The autopilot overshot the turn a little bit.
Juliet, Phoenix departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Interesting. It's actually not going to capture this heading, is it? I think the autopilot variables are a little borked. $200 to go. Whoop! Bumps. Turbulence all of a sudden. It's about where it would be, though, underneath the clouds.
South 1652, connect departure.
Holy cow, dude. This is crazy. Where the hell did this come from?
South 1652, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
JT Kerr, you are, man. Welcome aboard. No electronic version of Stick and Rudder I can find. Nothing on Amazon, just $20 HUD cover. That sucks. Best and worst VATSIM ARTCCs? I'm not going to go there. I don't like to do best and worst stuff. It just, you never really gets anywhere. How about a story about World War II dogfighting? There you go. Do you get feedback in the pedals? Nope. Break out the barf bags, that's right. I always have air sickness bags, by the way.
November 7, Tango Sierra, traffic 12 o'clock in 3 miles,
Right
turning
there.
westbound, 2,500 aircraft Lebanon.
And we're looking for him, 7 Tango Sierra. Turning westbound. He's going to be up in the cloud. Oh, there he is. In sight, no factor, 7 Tango Sierra.
7 Tango Sierra, roger. And Seattle Airport is off here at 10 o'clock in 7 miles. Advise you have it in sight.
And we have the field in sight, 7 Tango Sierra. Right there. Seattle Center 7 Tango Sierra has the field in sight.
November 7, Tango Sierra, cleared visual approach, runway 34 left.
Clear for the visual approach, runway 34 left, 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, tower 34 left.
Between the Buena Vista Airport.
2095.
Squawk VFR, figures danger proof.
Put this over to OBS. Go 3-4 on the course. Go. We can bring ourselves over a little closer to the airfield here, try to get on the downwind. Wow, dude, it got super, super, super bumpy. That's kind of bonkers.
Twin Comanche 7 Tango Sierra, connect tower 120.905.
2095, 7 Tango Sierra. Seattle Tower, Twin Comanche 717 Tango Sierra is a visual 3-4 left.
Number 717 Tango Sierra, Seattle Tower, wind 360 at 3, runway 34 left, clear the land.
Clear to land, runway 34 left, 7 Tango Sierra. If there was anybody else flying out here, I'd probably call and give a PIREP, but it's not really worth it. Brad M, good to see you. You're not subbed? Oh my gosh. I think a lot of people are not subbed, just because I've been away for a couple of weeks. I think I lost what was left of my beer. You and me both. Do I play GTA 5? I played GTA 5, yeah. I don't play too much anymore, though. Been there, done that. Okay, there's the field. Oh, there's the runway. And there's the smoothness. Alright, mixture forward, props forward.
November 4 Juliet, connect Albuquerque Center 125.4.
Fuel pumps on. Gear can come down. Whole bunch of trim there. Just go flaps full again right away. My immersion's broken, but my flap button's even more broken. Okay.
San Francisco clearance delivery, Southwest 622 requesting IFR to Salt Lake City.
Southwest 622, San Francisco clearance, standby.
Perfect. And once we're on the ground, we're going to try to make a left or right as soon as possible. Probably grab one of these high speeds to go the wrong way. Brad M here for 2 months. Nothing like a Friday. Hey, Cat and all. Brad M, thank you very much, man. Cheers. Appreciate it. Did I break it? Nah, dude, we're good. We cool. I haven't broken it yet.
November 804 Juliet, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 290.
All right.
Also 1652, connect Denver Center 132.85.
Get that altitude down because we're still a little on the high side. Start turning her in.
Southwest 1652, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 360.
And there we go. Gear, flaps, prop, mixture.
Southwest 622,
Great.
clearance development advisory to Gully.
Insight, clearance.
Ready to copy for Southwest 622.
Southwest 622, clear the Salt Lake City Airport, Trankin 2 departure, Mogi transition, then asphalt. Climb via SID, except maintain 10,000. Squawks 4550.
Alright, cleared to the Salt Lake City airport with the Trunken 2. Mogi transition then is filed. Climb via the SID, accept. Climb maintain 10,000. Squawking 4550 for Southwest 622.
Southwest 622, read back correct.
Perfect. Take this high-speed exit here. Going the wrong way.
November 717, Tango Sierra. Taxi Tango to the ramp and remain this frequency.
Tango to the ramp, your frequency. 7 Tangos here. Have a great night. Okay, landing lights off. Mixture's back.
SkyWest 1809, request pushback
Strobe
into
off.
Alpha.
Fuel heat can come on. Fuel pumps off. Here we go. All right. Good. I do have rudder pedals, yes. They're not force feedback or anything. Nothing I have is force feedback except my wheel. Yeah, it's a bit of a better landing. I floated it, try to, you know, cheese the touchdown rate a little bit there. Didn't really matter. I had a million miles of runway to work with, so. This is the last flight tonight. This is our 3rd flight. I kind of cheesed up the flight, the flight plan a little bit. But yeah, it's the 3rd and final one of the night.
Aspen Brown, SkyWest
Get tired.
1809, request pushback into Alpha.
SkyWest 1809, Aspect Ground, push on to Alpha approved.
Push on
It was
to
a good
Alpha,
night either way. I
1809.
enjoyed it. Busting out some GA again. Ortho Tau 897 of 1563. Dude, that's brave. That's real brave. Alright, park over here. Pour ourselves off PilotEdge. I'm not even gonna bother.
Disconnected.
I'm not gonna bother stopping or anything. Well, one of the sim just said it wants to crash. Nope. Okay. And let's watch a replay. It's not going to be a very impressive looking replay because, you know, little plain big runway kind of thing. Good looking approach though. It's gonna mean something. Whatever, I'll take it. Good enough for me. Good enough for government work, right? One more. Not bad. Not bad. Thought you could only do OSM with Ortho for XP, but it redoes everything. Only do OSM. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not using OSM or anything. I had it use the X-Plane stock mesh, or not mesh. The X-Plane stock decals and whatnot. All right, that was good. I really enjoyed that. Kill the engine. At this point, we don't really care. Rental power. Well, guys, that was fun. I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. My goal is to be back here on Wednesday. Or no, actually, no, I'm flying Wednesday, so I won't be back Wednesday. I'll be back Friday. We'll see you next Friday.
Retard.
I was Scotsman here for 10 months. Good timing on that one. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate it. Oh, my God. Sweet, delicious water. BGM 2121 here for 7 months. BGM, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Anybody else? Half price subs. First will be money if it all goes well. Guy on a plane, good luck, dude. Let us know next week how it goes. For sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna go flying on Wednesday. So we'll definitely be back on Friday for sure. And we'll probably do some airliner stuff next week. And see what we got. So guys, thank you. Thank you again so much. Supernova, thanks for staying up so goddamn late and being here. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week. Toodles. We're gonna go watch Aerosim Gaming, I think, is live. Yeah, we're gonna watch Aerosim Gaming do his development work. He's working on the manual for the Piper Cup. So we'll see you guys later.